Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's your boy, Tricky.com in the house, and I got Hyper with me. What's up, Hype? Say what's up to the crowd.
Hey, yo! I love the energy you bring in. Honestly, there's such an energy to come in. Just
Hey, man.
in the house, control it all. It's one of the best feelings to have. And I tell you what, this is gonna be one banger of a series that we have ahead of us. Household names versus the underdog story. It's gonna be ferocious.
Oh my gosh, dude. I am just glad to be back online, you guys. It's been a minute. You ain't seen me all season, but I've been prepping for Black Ops 6. However, I had to hop in here with my boy real quick, and you know how to make a little cameo appearance. It's about to go down because, of course, we got Remorse on deck, and you know how it is. We got a little rivalry between me and Doc. That's fine, though, but we about to see what he's got against Vinny and Nothing But Gunny. It's about to go down, man. Hope you guys are excited.
I'm very excited on this, and I tell you what, this map pool is not favoring either side, I would say, because we're going to start off at Rio, which I would say for both sides pretty even from what I've seen previously from these teams. Could be interesting. Then we're going to a double Karachi, which can be anyone's game. Everyone seems to be very even, very happy with it. It's the oldest map in the pool that everyone likes. Then we go Vista, which again, certified banger, can't go wrong. And then we finish it off on a map we hate, on a game mode that is usually disliked, and that's Invasion. So that's where the question lies. If we get to a map 5, that's their make and break right there.
Hey, no doubt, man. I'm with you there. This is a hell of a map pool. Like for starters, like we got no 6-star. I was definitely looking forward to it. I love lounging by the pool, guys. But no 6-star, man. So very shocking, very surprising. Love that we got Rio here on the respawn. Hype. Let me ask you, man, who you got winning tonight?
Ooh, who have I got winning? And I'm gonna say straight to you, it's gonna be Remorse. And then this is my backing, right? So first of all, I've seen both sides. I've seen what both sides are able to bring. Thankfully, recently that we had Nothing But Gunny just on the sidelines doing their bit, coming back from the grave. And the realism I see is that Millie is the carrier of this game. He is the type of guy who will just carry the game, carry that team to the bitter end. However, you're up against this stacked roster. Derek the Goat, Lux, Nate, Hyde, all challenger players. Okay, admittedly, some of them can't qualify because of their age, but they are challenger caliber worthy players. And these guys fry. However,
Yeah.
the only thing that's not going for them is they don't have their high rise. And high rise is their bread and butter.
Mm.
Without that, they're not always the strongest, but I feel they will edge it.
All right, so I'm sure the chat already knows the direction that I'm going, and you know for sure I'm not voting for Remorse here. But I got Nothing But Gunny taking this one, man. I've got the dark horse. I love seeing what Reaper did here. He pulled in Mansions, Marco Stallion, and of course we got Millie, who's been putting in for the team. So I'm really anxious to see if Vinny can make an appearance here because, as you guys know, he's a household staple. He's got a lot of energy and he's got a lot of passion, and they got a chance, man. Let's see what happens.
It's a bold statement, and to be honest, I never like to rule out the underdogs. I never stand here anymore, because someone could 100% quote me from before. Anymore, I will never stand here and say that the underdogs can't win because there are so many and too many scenarios. I have ruled out a team for the 100-point club, for losing rounds, for a losing entire series, and they've come and surprised me. So that team has got a lot. It is a mountain to climb, but I tell you what, Tricky. Let's talk about map 1 though. We're starting off at Rio. It is the smallest map on the circuit. What's your thoughts walking into that map and these two rosters?
I mean, honestly, after seeing the last match, I got a little chance to mighty cam some of that stuff. Remorse definitely had a good plan, man. They had a plan going in. They talked it out. They just got beat on the map. So I really feel since Rio is such a small map, it's a toss up. Anybody can take this thing, man.
Agreed indeed. And to be honest, with the type of Rio that is CQB, being the fastest, being the one that has these points that are well divided across the map, it really does make you think more about your rotation. And it's hard. It's hard when you have three distinctive lanes that you could only attack from. And it's not like Karachi where you can use intricate designs, intricate movements to go left, right, and center. No, it is literally sometimes one pathway, sometimes you're lucky to get three that you're able to attack these sites. So rotation is the most important because being broken is harder to happen on a Rio.
Hands down agreed, man. Hands down agreed. And it looks like we loaded in, but we had to come right back out. Looks like they're going to reset the lobby here. But I'm with you, man. Rio can go anyway. Like I said, I feel that Vinny, they had a hard path to get here. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it back real quick. They went through Crown Sentinels. They took them out in losers round 5, 3-2.
Damn, that's a big name.
Well, and Crown had a deep run, man. They didn't get knocked out until winners round 2. They ended up losing to Destro 3-1. And then Crown fell into losers round 3, and they went against Endeavor. They took Endeavor out 3-0. Quick, easy work there. But then they came against Ego Squad, struggled a little bit, took them 3-2, and then Nothing But Gunny just came in and took them right over, man. So I feel that Nothing But Gunny's got a lot of energy coming in. They beat Old Fam coming into here. However, Remorse, they've got some household names, man. It's about to get hot. Hyde and company, they're about to show up.
Oh, it always will be a show up, and if Derek the GOAT gets that feel, gets the rhythm, we'll see the Renetti coming out and him just using the Renetti. That's when you know they are confident and in the mood. But enough of us talking. Off to the races, these fine gentlemen go, and immediately we begin with control immediately to Nothing But Gunny.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Hey, it did it again. Was just getting ready to get baked in, man. I was like, let's go.
The mindset was there.
Exactly. They won 6-0. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Game over. To be honest, I would not be surprised if Nothing But Gunny calls that and goes, hey, hold up. We won that game in
Exactly, man. It looks like they're probably testing the lobby here. A lot of, man, you guys know, man, it's late season for Modern Warfare 3. This game is just straight dog boo. And hey, man, trying to make sure we can get it happen. So we'll see.
Absolutely. You do need to stress test these lobbies. But from that get-go, nothing really given away from both sides. Nothing shining except for some good grenades, good opening picks to get things going, which goes to show that off the bat, Nothing But Gunny showed a little bit of spark, an aggression that I hadn't seen before. Because if we cast our mind back to the last match, is something that I was able to cast. Their start on, it was 6-star, was appalling. It was nowhere to be seen. It was full melee carry that kept them alive. But as soon as we went to that Search and Destroy control, and then that Vista to finish it off, they came alive. They put things together. Everything found their motion. So I wouldn't be surprised if this first map, this first Rio, they either come out guns blazing or it takes their time to find that rhythm.
No, and I agree, man. I saw that was very aggressive. I mean, but they're gonna hit it again, right? Hiteski is gonna dump a couple grenades and get hot and heavy up there up top. Let's see what happens.
Well, we said it once, we will say it again. Off to the races, these fine gentlemen go for the second time, and this time you can see Remorse Gaming, they know not to run into the nades that time. I speak before things happen. Derek the GOAT does die by the nade.
Yes, he did, man. But I'm loving this defend here behind, getting this corner here. Got a nice chow out there, but it looks like Lurk took out Millie. And looks like Remorse has got a nice little hold here. I like the setup. Got Nate spawning out there, but see Remorse can hold here.
Yeah, and then what's happening here as well, Remorse is not allowing any rotation to go down south. They do a complete wipe onto the feed. That south side on the right, that's where P2, nicely done by the hot dog stand. They're going to be picking out at the buns. They're going to grab their wieners and having a great time. Do not take that out of context, please.
I don't know if I want any of the hot dogs. However, though, it's looking like Nothing But Gunny's looking like buns right now, though. They better get in here. They better get in here fast. But you know what? Last night, they started off slow as well, and they brought it back. So let's see if they can respond here. But right now, it's looking like Remorse has got a stranglehold on this next hold here.
The only way, as that's a fantastic nade from Mansion that could open things up if they capitalize, and they are going to capitalize on this advantage. Creep trying to push in, gets double, and that's a brilliant break, because I was saying the only pathway was going to be north. Nah, they went head first and took it away, and this is the type of Gunny that nothing but Gunny needs to bring in. And I tell you what, the team's coming together. It's not a Millie start, it's not a Millie team. Everyone's coming alive.
Oh, definitely, man. We got Reaper here 2 and 4, man. I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye out on him. But it looks like we've got Nate doing a serious rotation here, taking a long way around here, trying to set up. Let's see what happens here. Looks like he's gonna beat Millie 1-on-1, and Millie denies him.
I tell you what, these 1-on-1s, there's some critical moments, and that's already going in favor of nothing but Gunny. And you can see a good lock, a good positioning. You have also down low Reaper looking for really wild flanks. And it's as I said, there's only 3 ways to get in. You got the north, you got the mid, and you got the south. So Reaper had that south side prepared. No one's pushed into it. But as soon as that north player went, the mid player rotated to the north position. And that's why Millie's there, waiting, just keeping the eye. And this is locked. There's no way at this point in time the Remorse Gaming can find a way in. And just when you thought they can, they still can't.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Lurk got took out right there, man. Tough chow there, but it's all right, man. But I'm loving what I see from Nothing But Gunny. Like I said, they started off slow yesterday, and it looks like they're starting to heat up here. But they've got Remorse. They're setting up new, and they're holding. Looks like Derek Goat's going to see what we have coming around this corner here. Looks like Reaper's gearing up.
They're gearing up for something indeed.
There it is. There's a chow.
That's going to be a good push, and it's not going to work for Nothing But Gunny. It's going to be all Remorses. So first attempt did not work well, and now if you're Nothing But Gunny, you start to think, well, this is pretty locked. We might have to start going to more advanced and more extreme strategies, but no, they're still going to push in as Lurks says, thank you so much. That's a double piece to my name. Hide from behind, able to help out. That's the second time they've pushed and got completely wiped. You've got to come up with a new strategy.
Oh my gosh, man. Remorse is coming out the gate. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, my prediction is not looking so solid, but we've got a rotation here. They're moving anew, and it looks like Nothing But Gunny is leaving that and going for it. They're all in. They're setting up. And it looks like, what kind of grenade was that from Nate? But hey, he's going to wrap around here. He's going to catch. Oh my goodness. Derek the Goat takes down Reaper there. Nice.
Brilliant work and a good rotation from Remorse. I honestly thought that was going to be Gunny's point, but no, they just didn't capitalize on the free site, on the free opportunities, and Remorse just handled it smoothly, uncontested at sometimes. And now they can start to put a lockdown, and thankfully everyone's coming from that left side. Makes life just that little bit easier. But 2 down, now we're seeing Nothing But Gunny coming alive! And there's the break that they need. There's the opportunity. And now they too need to start locking down, but they're going for a split. They're trying to split the forces to cover that mid push.
I'm at a loss for words here, Hyper. It looks to me like Remorse is getting really comfortable here, man. They've got a nice little comfortable lead here as Nate is up top, trying to place theirs, takes out Mansions there. That was a nice, double kill from Nate, and he's heating up. Let's go, Nate. Okay, nobody there. Remorse with a solid hold right here, on point. Top of Eskies, looks like Nothing But Gunny's gonna try to get here and make a play. Creep gets a shot, gets taken out himself, but nice trades there.
That nade from Hyde. Hyde, if that wasn't his teammate, would have been beautiful, but he makes up for the loss. Able to put 3 streaks on the board, and it is a multi-kill as well. So that adds insult to injury. 4, 5, he continues to slay, and he continues to push up. And now he's looking for the wrap around the back. Going towards the gate is where he'll look, but instead he's going to come across Creep, as Creep spotted him. No, but Hyde might get himself a free kill here. There's 6. Cruise missile in the back pocket.
Oh, man, that's nice, man. All right, but here we go. Nothing But Gunny cleaning up a little scrap here. Looks like Remorse is playing for new. We've got Millie and Mansions creeping around trying to get in there for new. Looks like Mansions is taken out, and we've got Millie moving up. He's holding. Okay. He's positioned. Let's see what happens. Looks like Nebugutti's got a split here as well. Trying to take the front end right here, keeping Remorse off the spawn. And we've got Creep here on point, and he's holding.
Creep in that really awkward position, stuck between a tree and a wall this time, as he will be able to wrap around, unable to actually get the kill and move himself out of that position. So good work from Remorse, remaining calm, remaining present, and then not allowing Gunny to force them into horrible situations. When one falls, there's good rotation within the sites. They're able to push a player to a different angle, and their spawns are thankfully in the right place as well. Only one left alive. It's going to be Hyde. He's not easy to take down. He likes to go with a good fight, but Mansion finds two. Makes the final break, but it's only for Scraps. That Scraps is going to be enough to push them out of the 100-point club. But let's be real here. Let's be real here, Tricky. 60 points to go. A full hill will take it home.
Hey, it will, but hey, I'm not giving up on my pick here, man. I'm hoping and very hopeful that Nothing But Gunny can get in here, but it's looking pretty damn solid for Remorse, man. They are definitely setting up point. They're getting in early, they're winning their chows, they're winning their fights, and Nothing But Gunny is having a hard time breaking. And Remorse, yet again, Hyde, Nate, 1 and 2, holding this point. Nothing But Gunny trying to break in, doing what they can to get in there. Millie with the kill, and he gets it, and he's down. Let's see if he can get in here. Millie with a double. Is he gonna pull it? Creeping. He's got a little support here. They're challenging, and they got it.
Able to
nice
get on
hold.
point indeed. But you still have lurked around the outside, able to continue to keep it contested just for a little bit longer. Out of the 100-point club. Trust me, that hotel is horrible as they move into triple figures. But now they're out in the open, and just remember, Hyde has a cruise missile that will easily get deployed if they don't have control. So, matter of seconds, I'm almost going to count it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? No, not just yet.
Oh.
They will save it for a later round.
Save for a later round? Hell, they probably won't even use it, man. Remorse is looking pretty damn comfortable here. Millie and Nothing But Gunny, man, they've got to do something here. Reaper's got the hot hand over there for Nothing But Gunny. And Hyde has got the top, baby. He's 29 and 11 right now. Remorse looking pretty solid.
5 streak went in favor of Reaper, and he just gets taken out as he claimed it. So no cruise missile on the side of Nothing But Gunny, but somehow and somewhere they smelt the pot of coffee and they have come alive. Why they come alive at this point of time, I don't know. But still, it's looking good for Nothing But Gunny. They continue to keep the pressure on and the pressure going. Now comes the tricky part. You gotta rotate from the south of the map to the north of the map, and in the way is everyone that is from Remorse. So you've got to have a great rotation here, and at this current point in time, it looks to be Derek the Goat ready, prepped, and waiting for the next point.
Looks like we got a nice little pinch here from Reaper and Millie. Looks like they're getting on here. Got a nice little rotation. Millie and Hyde going a little one-on-one. Can't find them. Gotta hold. Hyde gets taken out by Millie. Okay, perfect. Didn't see that. Ooh.
What also helps as well, look at where they're all spawning. Everybody is spawning from the left. If you're Remorse Gaming, now Nothing But Gunny has that information. They now know they can be there, but that nade's huge. That nade's caused a lot of damage, and that's going to give an opening to Remorse Gaming to try and close this out. Nate going for deep spawns, going for deep plays, and now Nothing But Gunny's got to rush. They can't think strategy. They've just got to push point. Derek the Goat with 2. Lurkster got another, and they continue to put the pressure on the board as there is 13 seconds to go. Nothing But Gunny gains control.
Hey, man, they're doing what they can. But hey, Remorse, I feel like they're going to take this next point. They've been winning this point all match. Let's see what happens. Yep, they're coming in. They're frying. They're getting the trades and setting up. Remorse is going to smoothly take this map 1 here.
Well, there's one final push. 5 seconds left. They've got to push now if they want to try and make a contest, make it deny, but it's just a little too late. Too much pressure. But I tell you what, Tricky, that was more surprising than I thought, because that comeback from Nothing But Gunny is again the second wind that we saw from from the series before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They allowed everything to go away. They allowed the lead to be handed to their opponent. And then next thing you know, they just come straight back.
You know, I will say this, though, Hyper. You're looking like a prophet right now because Remorse definitely put Nothing but Gunny and 100 Punt Club right there. But if we go back to this little summary here, Hyde, 34, man. My man was hot there. Reaper actually showing up and looks like he carried a little bit here. So shout out to him, but Millie on the hill time. Hyper. I don't know. I'm not feeling so hot, but you know what? Again, my guy's starting off slow. I got nothing but Gunny coming back. Let's see how they do in a little S&D here. You know what they say, right? S&D wins championships.
Yeah, and especially because it's Karachi as well, that just adds that extra little bit of spice onto the match as well. We saw what they were capable of on a Karachi control, which they will be able to perform again. But this is the counter argument. Both sides. This map is so old in the game that both sides know how to play the map. The strat book is deep. There's so much that they can do. So many different strategies they can pull out. It's a matter of who can execute better. It's not necessarily the strategy itself. It's the execution that's going to make and break. And of course, I'll say it time and time again, with any large map, utility is the king. And you've got to be using it at the right place and the right time.
Oh, man, I can't wait till we load in here to map 2. But it looks like we're going to load in here to a quick break. And we'll be right back with map 2, S&D on Karachi.
Rap right there. Did Smoke see him? He did. Down he goes. Symptotic. Sit down, young fella, as Destroyer has a huge rap. Cosmo goes down. Last guy is Cloudy. And guess what? He's nowhere to be found because he's working back white. And Destroyer's going to be waiting for him. Wait, no. Back to DJ he goes. AZ. He sees him. Oh, Elite Warfare Gaming has him in another pinch. First time it was Breezo. Now it's Cloudy. There's nothing they can do as now gets double chowed over long and gets taken out. Man, Elite Warfare Gaming, the search game, trapping one player, not once, but twice in back-to-back rounds, did it on both attack and defend, and wow was all I have to say, folks, as you see the 7-2 Destroyer able to take out the last person, aka Cloudy. Meanwhile, for Team Zero, we're going to kind of spectate them for a second. Cosmo at 2 and 5. But guess what? 7 seconds remaining. If you're Tier, run away as far as possible because he can't plant the bomb. But Sad trying to get there as fast as possible. Tier just running with his life and they shoot back and forth. Oh my gosh, that is sickening.
To map 2, we got a nice little Karachi here. S&D. Oh, and we've got a draw. Oh my God, we'll be right back to do it again.
Oh man, I mean, I'm pretty sure he had him one shot. We were only able to see a little bit of Tier's POV. I mean, that is just sickening as you go down right there. You didn't have enough time to plant. You weren't able to take out points on the board. And you know what that means, folks. That means comms for the boys. Legends of 6. Here we go, folks. A little listening.
Third or no? I don't crash on that. Don't pickle.
Hold on, I don't have your bottom.
They're all
What's
front.
up? What's up, Lucky?
On your barrel,
Yeah.
stat. Weak.
Yo, what's up? Lucky's crazy.
What? What'd you say? These kids
Are you
suck?
having fun
Yeah,
casting,
no,
Lucky?
they're-
Top three.
Yeah, Lucky's casting. These kids are fucking dog shit.
Top
Oh my
three
God.
dead. One more top three. Weak. Pickle. Kill pickle.
Top 3 dead.
Pretty
These kids
bad.
scrim, bro? I've only played one scrim in my life. These kids have probably scrimmed all year. These kids are fucking hot dog water.
I'm restarting my Wi-Fi after this, or not the series,
Wow.
not the match. The
I mean,
series.
on these
It's
teams.
just
Wait, where are
mad.
we going?
I'm
Barrel,
playing new.
barrel on top.
Okay, heard.
Wait, he spawned
Wait,
behind
dude,
me.
why are we?
I was
we
like,
got
I was
40
playing.
seconds on this.
Chill. I was playing for spawns on it.
Oh, okay.
I can't even fucking do anything right now with packets. So.
Ladies and gentlemen,
One deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are the comms for for Legends of 6. My apologies, Legends of 6 White. As you see, this scoreboard has opened up. Elite Warfare Gaming White, they actually set up for new quite well. They were here first, and they just got broken easily.
Well, we had a very interesting start. It was going to be a dominant streak, but just when you thought it was going to be a complete victory, Nothing But Gunny came back against Remorse, and, well, that ended at a 250-150. We're going into S&D. The pot of coffee has been smelt. The whole side of Nothing But Gunny is alive. And Tricky, we're into your favorite Search and Destroy.
Oh man, I love Search and Destroy. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, S&D wins championships, and it looks like we've got nothing but Gilly on the attack. So let's see here what Millie is. Looks like we're going for a little A plan here, a little setup here in hotel. High, easily watching the windows, just patiently waiting. Lurk, Millie looks to be rapid here, up top here on patio. Just waiting. See what happens here, man. Oh, gets caught in the back there by Lurk, creeping.
I'll tell you what, that's great rotation for Remorse Gaming. They're absolutely loving this. That first pick that came from the north part of the map was the immediate information that allowed Remorse to move accordingly. And now look at them. They've forced Creep into this horrible position. But look at this quick rotation. Oh, I thought he got away with it. But Remorse able to get the sightlines and a good sightline all the way down from bus stop, able to catch him out.
That didn't last that long, actually. I felt Nothing But Gunny was just a tad bit aggressive, but also out of position. So let's see. They definitely didn't see that wrap there by Lurk early on.
No, and it's very much, you know, a game of chess is search and destroy, and even though the rounds are short, imagine it like blitz chess. It's very fast, you're against the clock, you have to think 3 steps ahead without the timer running out. So that's a good way to describe how search and destroy works and the mindset you have to play. But already that bomb looking to go north and already Lurks has got that first peek 3v4.
Oh, with the plant here, love it. Got the A plant here for Derek to go. He hops out quick, and Nothing But Gunny's got the info out, and they're on the rotation. Millie up top, trying to clear this top bed here. Grenade down, info's out, Nosy's up there. We got Mansion, he's taken out by Derek the Goat, and they're holding A. Millie gonna go for the Ninja. Nope, sets up.
Too risky for the Ninja. You don't want to push onto that position, but again, it's Remorse able to anchor down this time. They found comfort around the cafe, around the side and back, and then of course Lurks up top, able to hold the office position, make sure no one's coming and peeking through those windows. So good positioning there, as well as having the sight line over the bomb. Everything is to the T. And I'm gonna be real, like, this is looking extremely confident from Remorse, and Nothing But Gunny's being flustered in these positions. You can see that already the movement is frantic, it's explosive, but not with conviction and commitment. So they need a little break, a little calm down, and take control of this pace.
Yeah, agreed, man. And just like that, they take out 3, and they've got the advantage. Derek the Goat, all that is left for Remorse, trying to do what he can. Let's see what happened. One man against all odds. Millie with the plant. Derek wrapping around the B, connects, doesn't finish though. Got to hightail it out of there. Knows he's got to find another way to get here to B without getting tagged. And Nothing But Gunny setting up, waiting on him.
Derek the Goat, he's only got a 2 streak here, so nothing too major that he needs to save his life or anything like that to preserve anything major. Instead, he can go for the frags. That first engagement going to be beautiful. 3 streaks now coming out. At this point in time, now we can start to consider the possibility of not fighting, not going for those picks. But instead, he goes for it. He will be punished. That 3 streak taken away. But this is a good turnaround. Good positioning this time. A good anchored position as well. Reaper playing this off angle. And hey, round on the board, that's a sign of confidence.
That's what they need, man. They've got to get some momentum going. I mean, that first round with that hard point, 100-point club, that's going to hit you, man. It's going to be a mind check. But Nothing But Gunny on the board. Hopefully, this helps build them up.
Hopefully so. Hopefully indeed. North, the bomb is looking... No, I am mistaken. The bomb is going to go south this time to the conventional B side. The home, the safety net for all teams, as Lurks is immediately, for the second time, going aggressive. Able to find one. Nate's able to respond with it as well. That's a 2v4 scenario. And immediately, this aggression for Remorse, this is a sign of confidence. This is a sign they're happy. Because when they play conservative, when this team starts to not be as aggressive as they are, you know they are not happy with the team they're against. But right now, I'm almost going to say Derek the Goat's going to pull the Renetti out and start just playing with that.
I mean, Remorse is playing with house money right now, man. To your point, they are looking very confident. They're looking very solid. They're moving with purpose. And like you mentioned earlier, they're executing. It's looking good for Remorse right now. They're up 3-1 in this S&D.
5 seconds on the clock. A little breather, a little mindset check. Nothing but Gunny. Their star-studded player of Millie. Only going 2 and 4. Nothing really to scream about. Nothing to say that they're happy with this current position. Meanwhile, Derek the GOAT is being his own GOAT. He is doing what he needs to. That start, again, Lurks is the first one to get involved, except he will fall this time. 2v3 in favor of Remorse once again. Now they come to the worst scenario you can. 1v3.
Man, I don't like this position for nothing but Gunny. Reaper's all that's left. However, Reaper, he's leading the team, man. He's gonna have to rotate here. Looks like he's gonna run right in. Nope, he's not. Okay, getting out there. Yes, he does. Nice takeout. Takes Nate out. Okay, there's still hope here. 2v1. This is salvageable. Oh, gets caught jumping out. Moving too fast, man. Gotta check those corners when you're the last man. Remorse. They go up 4-1.
30 seconds left on the clock. It does do your mind in, but the pressure comes when the beeping starts going in your ear. He didn't have that. He had time to slow things down, understand the positioning, get information, and it's quite hard to get information off an S&D. But all it takes is a jiggle peek, throwing that shoulder out, 1 bullet to fly, and that's the information you have. Or a stun thrown into your general vicinity. That's all you need to grab. And I feel that's what Nothing But Gunny needs to do on these opening picks, because Remorse is running fast. So let them shoot first, get that information, so you can come back at them.
Agreed. Lurk almost with the first blood, but it's Reaper. He's going to take out Lurk, and so is Creep. Creep takes out Nate. And we've got a nice little even here split. 2v2, Nothing But Gunny. Remorse. Hi, Derek the GOAT. On the attack here. Trying to get the bomb. Hi, creeping. Watching that angle. Picks it up. No, yep. Looks like it's going to be rotation to A. Nobody's there. Let's see if they can figure it out. Nothing But Gunny's planning. They're just watching both sides, trying to get some info here. Remorse is going to throw this grenade. I think he's going to give away the position. Does Nothing But Gunny hear it? They do. Let's see what they're doing. Is that a diversion? Is that a diversion? Oh my gosh.
That's brilliant work, and what it's done as well is separated the 2 players, and they're rotating over to A. So brilliant. I was about to say, what the hell is Derek the GOAT doing? But no, that was beautiful. We don't have decoy grenades. There's nothing like that, and that's exactly what he did. He became his own decoy. 1v1 left on the sides. 30 seconds on the clock. Derek the GOAT will win the 1v1, and Remorse takes it home. Masterclass from Remorse Gaming.
Hell of a play. I'm not gonna lie, I'm with you because I was like, what the hell are these guys doing, man? Like, what was the point of that? But it worked. And honestly, Nothing But Gunny almost got out of that, but Reaper just got caught right there at the end.
I love that. I love that trick play. It still shows there's some, even with the game coming to the end, this edition of the game, there's still something that one team can pull out the bag that's going to shock everybody, and there it is, the decoy, and that's all it is, and it forces rotations. It makes people move, and that's exactly what you need to do on S&D. Make people move. Hyde jumps in, it gets traded out immediately, and that north side, well, that's free and open, and while they fight down south and the extracurriculars do go about, that bomb getting planted.
Hey, man, that's all they can do here, man. 2 guys left. Oh, they might be able to save this here. It is match point. They're both caught in the corner, and save. Nothing But Gunny seals it. They're not going out just yet.
God, that save made me feel like baseball. Save! really got my baseball spirit going.
He had him right there, dead to rights, man. I mean, they were both in the corner hanging out. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, fortunately, the spray transfer not going into his favor, but if he pulled that off, it would be the play of the game. Still, match point in favor of Remorse, and that pressure is something that Nothing But Gunny likes to feed off. We've seen them, as we saw in the hard point, the map before. when pressure is added on them, it almost seems like they just seem to calm and concentrate. So now, is this the rhythm that they are wanting to see? Bombs down south, just waiting for the plant.
Hey, and if I don't recall, I think they went down 2-0 last time, and they brought it all back. So this just might be deja vu again for nothing but Gunny. But he's got Lurk coming here. Oh, double kill, takes out Millie and Creep, looking hard, and Reaper cleans him up. Wow.
Damn, you brought the female voice out of me. I went that high pitched. That was beautiful on the side of Remorse Gaming. They clean it up, take it home, and double. Did I double? Damn. Damn. That felt good.
Lurk hit him so hard, somebody dropped. Jeez, man, like, that was quick, dude, and that was a lot of aggression. Remorse. They go up. 2-0.
That's Remorse being confident. They're feeling happy. They're in their rhythm. And once they're in that rhythm, there's nothing that stops them. They just keep on going. And this is the style of play. Like, if there was a high-rise next for the Control, they're done. Done for. I wouldn't even... We wouldn't even need to commentate it. We know how it's going to go down. But thankfully, the big brains that came out from Nothing But Gunny said, no. We've got to get rid of High Rise and not allow them to have their fun. But going through the positioning of Karachi, I want to point out that Remorse just had that better knowledge. There's not too much you can do, like, in terms of the map. Yes, there's more than every map there is on their Bar Invasion. But we know every rotation, we know every pathway, but you can see that Remorse can explore those pathways, make those pathways work a lot more than Nothing But Gunny could do. So it just felt more alive and more comfortable. But again, once pressure builds onto Nothing But Gunny, they just seem to have still a clear mindset. Is it enough to push them over the edge to get those wins? No, but they are still calm and confident when they play.
Yeah, agreed, man. I really feel that Remorse is a very heavy respawn team. Obviously, Nothing But Gunny likes to respond with their backs against the wall, and this is typically when they show up. Sometimes, at least, that's how it's been in the playoffs. So I'm definitely looking forward to them responding here because obviously, I do not want my prediction to be wrong. So I'm really hoping Nothing But Gunny responds here and gets on the board here. But right now, we've got Remorse up 2-0 as we roll into a Karachi Control.
Well, this is going to be the interesting factor. Control being another game mode in itself. The ability to have an SN feel game, but yet still being a respawn. And this is where the spawn traps start to come alive. This is where we start to see interesting plays to be aggressive on that defensive side. Force the situation of the attackers to start looking into their own spawns to check all crevices. That's what we're going to start to see. But nonetheless, off to the races, these fine gentlemen will go. And immediately, Nothing But Gunny playing the risk and reward split strategy coming in. And they're looking to go north as well.
I love it. I love it. Nice little slow play here. We've got Reaper and Creek moving over here, trying to wrap around here to A. But it looks like Lurk's going to try to sneak him out, and he's got those rotations. But Creek denies him this time. No, sir, not this time. But he gets traded out.
They're looking for positioning, and that's the first action they're doing. They went really south, trying to get that AC control, try and also position themselves into sneaky and secret, and use that as their kind of factor and their anchors before they stepped on point. Unfortunately, they weren't able to gain that control, but thankfully the spawn and the quick rotation able to allow them to stay around site, able to jump onto that point and get that first tick going. So the idea was there, the execution just didn't pull off, and Remorse, well, they're starting to throw a little bit of bodies towards it. However, they just need to find an anchor for themselves before they get Nothing But Gunny going north.
Agreed, man. I honestly would have loved to have seen the pool play. I love the 4 stack on A, just like rush that thing and like good luck. But as you mentioned, man, Nothing But Gunny couldn't execute here. But they're trying to get control of B. And they've got Remorse back stuck in alley. And it looks like they're moving on their second tick here. Millie peeping out this window. And holds Reaper on the creep here. Let's see. Catches him. No! Oh my gosh! I had no clue. Oh my gosh.
absolute disaster, I would say. They had everything in the bag. They honestly, they could have put one more player onto the point mansion on a 5 spree as well. They could have put everyone on the point. They could have put at least a second person, get that tick going. Still, 1.5 is, sorry, 1, they're still going. No, I just got that completely mixed up. They're still going on B. They got themselves to 1.5. Unfortunately, that's going to be pushed away. They're throwing bodies at B. And they're looking to get this over and done with.
Oh my gosh. I mean, but look at the count though, man. Nothing But Gunny's actually up on lives. Well, they were up comfortably 14-9, but they've been brought down low. Remorse, to your point, and Nothing But Gunny just throwing the bodies at it. Let's see if they can get out of hotel here. Getting under 10 seconds. Lurk with the creep around back. Gets caught. Oh my gosh. Mansion denies him, and it looks like Nothing But Gunny's going to put a freeze on that. They're going to capture B.
They're going to capture B, but in doing so, they're going to capture A. This looks to be done and dusted. Oh my! Masterclass 101. Nothing But Gunny. They went for A. They had the progression slowly going on B, and their focus was B, B, B. We've got to take the cafe, but they were still chipping away at the A, and then as it comes to the end, both sides taken at the same time. Masterclass. Salute masterclass.
Let's go, Nothing But Gunny. Warming up, baby. But that was a hell of a split. I did not see that coming. But to your point, man, they had they had B. They had a lot of pressure there, and they just forgot about A.
Well, if you're Remorse Gaming, we know that Strapbook is deep. And realistically, they might want to play basic here. Go for that A control, get it over and done with, have that 2 minute of time working in their favor. And it looks like they're doing exactly that. Minute 21 still on the clock. Remember, an additional minute added on if you can get it done. But a 5 streak for Reaper finally gets taken out. And we've been seeing a few streaks from Nothing But Gunny.
They're looking pretty good right now. However, Remorse very close to getting A down to 2 ticks. And they're going heavy at it as well, too. Spawn's got them in a nice little peculiar position, but it looks like Millie's wrapping around back here, see if he can catch these guys rotating out. And top third, he's going to... Oh, he gets caught himself. And Remorse. They're looking good, man. They're playing all these angles right.
Well, they're not going to have the full 2 minutes, but they're still going to have a good amount of time to go and attack B. As you can see, point A now fully secured. But I'm looking at this mini-map, and already Nothing But Gunny starting to park this bus. They're starting to position themselves extremely defensive. Not necessarily going too deep out of this site, because they want to make sure that no one sneaks through the gaps.
They've definitely got B contained, but it looks like Remorse is creeping. Not creeping, actually. They're forcing their way right here through the front. And it looks like Lurk is coming around the backside. Takes out Millie. He's aggressive. Let's see if he gets another one on here. Knows he's around the corner. Takes him out as well, too. Can he get a 3-piece? Yes, he does with the Renetti. And Lurk heating up, buddy. He's 10-9 right now as Remorse moves in to take over B.
A very traditional way to attack the Karachi, and now they've got one on point. They theoretically can put the second, stand on that doorway, look through, and now you have someone additionally to make the progression go through faster. But they want the reinforcements. They want everybody to be around before they fully stack, because right now only 2 are situated on that B, and they're willing to sacrifice it. They're willing to allow the player to go off point, because all they want is damage. They want damage onto the site, and then allow the reinforcements to come in.
Nothing But Gunny. Hey, you know, I'm starting to think that control just might be their game. I mean, because this is so tight. It's 10-10 right now. They're holding Remorse off of what they got. But Remorse, we got Lurk over there creeping in the alley. Looks like he might be able to get in the back of B here if he doesn't get picked up. Nothing But Gunny's looking the wrong way right now. Oh! Lurk's... Yes, is he going to get this connect? No, he doesn't. Creep with the save. He takes out Lurk in the back right there. Double kill for Creep.
8-6 now, 5 streak for Creep. Creep is on fire, and every single one of them hit 5. There's the cruise. Now a major advantage for Nothing But Gunny, and they're gonna take away a round for Remorse. Remorse, who needed that attacking win. 18 seconds left on the clock, 3 lives to go. It's a dream scenario for them. 4v1, and Derek the GOAT is left alive. He's done crazier things, but he needs a foot on point. And you can see immediately Nothing But Gunny runs towards their site, runs towards their point, and nothing that Remorse can do. And this game has just come alive.
Nothing But Gunny is waking up, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, man. I don't know about you, but I love a good match. And Nothing But Gunny says, no, sir, we're not going home right away. Match point. Here we go.
Well, if we do get that, we're going to a Vista. Vista will become unlocked. And I'm curious. This is a new woken up style of Nothing But Gunny. And again, they're going for the split. They're going for the same strategy as before. Reaper getting the nade to start things off. This just insult to injury off the get-go. Creep gets the second. Remember, they've got a cruise as well. They hop onto A, start things and get things going, but Millie's left alone on his side of things. Win his one-on-one. Unfortunately, he will be spotted out.
Hey, I love that they called that play right. They called that top third. And it made it look easy, and it looks like they're gonna capture A with ease. Nothing But Gunny is looking very confident now, and this is the play that we were expecting to see early on. But Remorse is coming in here, trying to stop it, but gets denied here. Creep gets taken out and traded by Hyde. That third seg is not gonna go down.
Hyde able to defend it for just the last second, and he continues to stay on point. He's almost trying to take it for himself, like he's on the attacking side, but he will do the job he needs to. That tick completely removed. So a reset on Nothing But Gunny's side. They've got to think of a new strategy, and once again, they're trying to go for diversion. They're trying to draw players away, bring Remorse to go north, and it's working. They're now panicking because B is left open. No one's there to really defend it. And in doing so, a quick double on the A just to get it all done and dusted.
Yeah, it looks like Remorse is going to give up A here, man. I think that's a smart play. They're down lives, and Nothing But Gunny is got A obviously locked down. But let's see where Remorse here is. They find out some weird-ass spot, man. So it looks like Nothing But Gunny is going to definitely have some positioning here. But let's see what happens with Reaper. He's going to be able to find these guys. We got Nate and Derek trying to make their way to B.
All the way there. They found themselves caught in the crossfire of Nothing But Gunny, and they're getting backside control from Creep. This is a great start. Now he's got side control as well. He has sightline into the garage, into the dumpster. Not gonna work all too well. Cruz not able to get hit, but it's gonna be great information. Now Remorse is finding some pace, finding something good. That's 3 off. And now 12-10. Remorse is right back in this game. It takes one failed break, and now they're going for another wipe. And Remorse puts himself in spawn trap position.
Lurk. Nate. Hot hands for Remorse right now. Got 8, Nate. It's coming down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. Remorse doing what they can not to lose this map, but Nothing But Gunny is trying to get on the board here. It's close. It's close. I don't know if they can get the B. Remorse has got them out. Pinched out, by the way.
There's still time. A lot of them are still sitting in Junkyard. This positioning from Millie and from Creep will give him a fighting chance. They just need to know exactly where the opposition are. No lives remaining for Nothing But Gunny's side. Now it comes the pressure. It comes even more. 5 seconds. They got to get a foot on the point. You've got to put your foot there. 3.1. Now you have to fight with everything on the line. 2 lives left against 4. 2 seconds left on the clock. You jump off. It's a risk. He couldn't get back in.
Oh my gosh, dude. I thought Creep was actually about to wheel this thing back, man. He could have, but that was risky. He hopped out at the wrong time, but that's all they could do. Remorse lives to fight another day. Another round, actually.
The window was the thing that blocked him. If that was just a doorway and he could walk straight through, he would have got it on at 0.1 of a second and continued that round just for a little bit longer. Whether he would have won those engagements, look, if my mum was a cow, I'd be milking, right? They'd be getting a load of milk somewhere. We don't know, is the honest answer.
That's a hell of an analogy, but I'll take it, man. We've got Remorse here. They're hopping up on A here, and it looks like we got Nothing But Gunny on top third. It hops down with a chow. And nice trade, though, but Remorse still counting down on A.
A control is always a confident and safe start. It's the most traditional and basic strategy you can do, but it's how you get there. And you can
Easy.
see that south control is what you need to have. Make sure nobody is going down the streets and cutting you off. Exactly what Reaper and Millie have positioned themselves as. They have put themselves to deny that rotation, and as soon as they do it, straight back up. Park the bus.
Man, the chat is going crazy with you. If my mom was a cow, I'd be milking her. Dude,
Hey, yo, like, if you have a cow, you want the free milk. Like, that's the whole point. You know, the whole reason is that it doesn't matter what we say. It's not going to change the fact of the situation.
Exactly. It's free. Exactly. However, B is not free, and it looks like Nothing But Gunny's trying to get in here, but Millie gets taken out by a grenade. Creep coming out the back. And Nothing But Gunny's setting up, man. They're trying to keep Remorse off of B here. They do not want the tie here, and they would love to take this map. Let's see if they can extend their life here.
I'll tell you what, already Nothing But Gunny having that 1 life advantage, make that 2 life advantage. Millie gets fun and creative with the Renetti, and you can start to see Nothing But Gunny, they're creeping forward. They are now going from that defensive position to having a little bit of confidence to push themselves forward. But just as I was speaking, hail to the no. Remorse sniffs out the spawn trap attempt and goes, nah, get it out of here. We're coming in to fight, and we're on your point.
Dude, those trades by Hyde were nasty, man. And it looks like Remorse has got a hell of a setup here on B with Hyde hidden behind the counter there. He's going to go for a little double kill, but grenade puts him out of position. He gets back. Watching the lane. Looks like Nothing But Gunny's going to try to come through the front. We've got Creep on the back here. Let's see if he can get in here. Nate with the hold. Nothing But Gunny's going to set up shop.
That's a brilliant and critical wipe that Nothing But Gunny needed to do. You can see now they're just playing as a little patient, not over-aggress too much, because if they start to over-aggress, they allow Remorse to have 1 good attack. And that's all Remorse needs, is 1 good attack, and they can start to really apply the pressure. Creep with 2 gets finally taken out. Now it's a 5v7 with 37 seconds left on the clock, and Derek's put himself into dumpster, finally gets cleared. Millie round the back. He's got to have that control. You've got to have back and side control. Millie on the 1v1. That was critical. They needed to win it. Clock running it down. It's an S&D style game.
Oh my gosh, man. Palms, sweaty, butts are getting tight. We're down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. 3 to 4, 2 and 2 lives. Here we go. Reaper up top. He's peeping him out in the back. Looks like Remorse is going to come around. Let's see if they can get positioning here. Reaper takes out 1. Oh, 1v1 here. Lurk and Reap. Oh, let's go. Nothing But Gunny with the steal. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told you, Nothing But Gunny's waking up. We got a match. Woo!
Map 4. We head into the control won by the underdogs. They bring it alive. But just like their story in the semis, it takes a little bit for them to wake up. And Nothing But Gunny is awake, and they are ready to go kicking and screaming to the bitter, sweet end. I'm looking forward to how this Vista's going to lay out.
Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pulling my hair out because that was a hell of a match, man. Look, Manson showed up for the squad. He's got the hot hand for Nothing But Gunny, 32. And it looks like we got a two-piece over there for Remorse, Derek, and Nate, both with 28. Hell of a match.
That was one hell of a match. Everybody stepped up to the play. They stepped up to the opposing side. But realistically, that split strategy was beautiful on the side of Nothing But Gunny. They executed it to perfection, and that strategy is the hardest to do because you have only 2 versus potential 4 in those scenarios. The team can throw their entire squad at one site just to clear. Instead, they were faced with 3v2s, able to win those deficits and just keep chipping away at the sites. And even though we didn't initially get A, they were able to keep the pressure on B and allow one player to keep chipping down below while all the attention was focused on the panic and more difficult B site. That is done well, and that's a Karachi that I will definitely, if this was a series was continuing, I'd get people to be reviewing.
Man, hey, that was a hell of a match. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a map for it, Vista. And we've got another respawn. And again, like I said, not the Bugatti. This is where they tend to wake up. I don't know what it is, but maybe they are just a second half team. But hopefully we'll find out here shortly as we come back for more.
Game is just not even shooting back at this point. You see Spalty right now at a 1-10 fight as Anora is on a 5 streak. He's 1 away from a cruise missile, and he's gonna get it right here. Raider, sit down, young fella. We're gonna need that cruise missile. With that being said, 13-6 for Anora as well. Able to find another, not able to grab another after that one. They could not do anything. So S&D time for Legends of 6. Anora, you can't help but feel bad for him. He's kind of the only one that showed up right now, as Sparky may get a chow out right here. Down he goes. Anora, Tier, and Ty on their last life, folks. Sparky's still holding that garbage can down as Raiders gonna chow out. Raiders gonna win it out. Tier is the last one alive. Anora gets taken out from Sparky, and now Tier, if you can pull off a 1v11, I'll pay you $20, but I'm gonna keep that 20 right back in my pocket, folks. A 2-1 series in favor of Elite Warfare Gaming. How the top, that might be huge. That's Reflex able to take out one of 3v2 battle. Storm and looks to be kills by themselves. Hills is by himself right here. Able to take out one and not able to take out two. Storm by himself in a 1v1 situation. Mike hops on bomb. Storm, does he realize it? Looking for it. Hey, there you are. And down he goes. Tie game. Huge clutch right there. They nearly got enough. That's going to be Splash. Splash on work for his life. And here we go. The new point has started, folks. Not exactly sure who's going to be the first to chow out here. If you're Elite Warfare Gaming, you just have to go, folks. Astro just kind of getting toyed with. Oh my God, Splash brings out an opening. Blue at the moment, kind of going through it. With that being said, I think it's time for some cons.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nice map for Vista here. Another respawn, and as you know, the map count is 2-1 Remorse with nothing but Gunny with their backs against the wall, hoping to live to fight another map.
Yeah, but if you put a gun to nothing but Gunny, they do exactly as their name states. They gun, and they slay them down. So that is what you hope for going into Vista, a common map to be chosen for the second hard point. And this really is a left-sided map. But honestly, I don't know what the devs were thinking with this right side. But hey, for some reason they thought, empty space, yeah, we'll just chuck some people over there and some nice buildings. But nonetheless, the bloodbath will go through, but everybody's attention will be looking south.
Oh man, and yet we've got another small map here. And to your point, we got all this dead space. However, Remorse seems to find the space that needs to be taken, and they're defending here right now. And it looks like they've got a nice little hold, but Mansions gets a nice little two-piece and takes control, so I take that back. Oh, but he gets traded out by Derek the Goat.
Well, it's going to be good control, but nothing but Gunny having horrible spawns. Nothing that's going to favor them for P2, as that's going to come in 10 seconds, as you can see on your beautiful map. Down south is where they need to be, and it's all purple looking in that direction. 8, that's Hyde. He's a force to be reckoned with. Will actually get taken down. This nothing but Gunny side. They're taking the words away before I could even say them. They've put themselves in horrible positions, but actually they're coming back from a tough scenario. No one's able to claim a single second yet for P2. Finally, we get somebody. But now, Remorse, going for the break.
And, you know, this is this like a restaurant here? I feel like this is where the hot dogs and the buns would be at. However, who knows, man? I can't see on the other side of that, but we've got nothing but Gunny with a nice little hold here. But Lurk, nice little two-piece there. And you know what, man? I'm feeling like Lurk is probably going to be MVP if they can pull this off. He's definitely been holding down Remorse. A lot of energy, a lot of flanks, but looks like Remorse is setting up for new as well, too. We've got Creep and we've got Nate back there. See what happens.
Well, no one took anything from the snack shack. They're going up to the bar. They're going to the artistic bar, because you have art downstairs, the bar up above. And this is where this site's a little different, because you have this open space below, and then it's just tight, narrow channels to get back onto the bar. It's difficult to break. You need consistent and precise aiming. Pushing onto site. Creep is able to get one, unable to get the second, traded out as Nate is doing the job. Millie goes for the aggression, unable to find it, but it's traced back and forth. So nobody, again, claiming much of the site, and a lot of dead time that I was not expecting to happen in this game.
No, definitely. And I felt like Remorse actually had a nice setup on the bar there, right? They had a guy peeping over the stairs. We had a guy on the bar itself, and they just got caught in the back there by Millie. But it looks like Nothing But Gunny's going to clean up some scrap there, and Remorse is setting up for new. Nothing But Gunny taking a comfortable lead here in map 4.
Well, the dead space, the dead time has been claimed by Nothing But Gunny as they increase their lead only by a little bit. But nonetheless, still doable scenarios for both sides. Remorse Gaming has control of the point. They're playing aggressively forward, but it's going to be Mansion who's found himself between the two. Now he can start putting pressure on to Lurk. Lurk is stuck between the rock and the wall. He's found a little bit of breathing space, able to continue the time going, but Creep from above says, goodbye, this is mine to take.
Hey, man, Creep, I feel like Creep is matching Lurk. And he like the rotations he's taking, how aggressive he is, and he's definitely helping Nothing But Gunny here, man. Catching Remorse out of position, but Remorse on the defend here. They've got to get some points here as Nothing But Gunny has been dominating this map so far.
They really have, and it just feels like, as I mentioned, they smelt that pot of coffee, they're coming alive, and in doing so, I would honestly say rotations aren't good for either side. Both sides aren't getting to this point. That's mainly because they're trading people on that crossover. When the people are moving around, particularly around this mid area, because the whole entire map focuses around the mid for all your rotations and all your movements, they're picking each other off. So this is why we're seeing dead time and not major breaks. But now, a more standard setup. We're going to see the first break, and it's going to go in favor of Remorse. They're going to be happy with this control. And also, they are baby steps away from B1.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They got a nice solid 25 left here on this point. But it looks like Creep is coming in here, and he's doing what he does. But Lurk catching them. They're going neck and neck. Lurk getting a little aggressive here. Trying to wrap up there in Clubhouse. See what happens there. But Reap, we're holding. Nice trade there by Nate. Okay, so I like Remorse, man. They're getting in here. They're definitely bringing it back. The count is getting close. A little bit less than 20 now. Remorse trying to reel this in.
They're reeling it in. Spawns, questionable. Not to their best of tasting, but nonetheless, they can work with it. They can work with whatever's given. Hyde able to find one. Now gives that opening around the outside. Nate's just in there helping out. Double piece for himself. Make that 3-piece with a Renetti coming out. 3 streak now for Nate. And he wants to get a cruise. One side wants to cruise. Nate now on 4, so keep an eye on that little tally as it continues to go up. Is there 5? No, he gets lost. And now the control still remains in Remorse's hand. But they lose it just at the last second.
Man, Nothing But Gunny. Playing with their backs against the wall. Remorse, they're definitely reeling this thing back in. And I feel like Remorse is starting to get a little rhythm here, man. Whatever it is, I really wish we could get the comms, because it looks like, to me, like they're really conversating and talking about it. But Nothing But Gunny's going to clean up for scrap as Remorse sets up some new. We got Derek the GOAT here with the trade on Creep. And Mansion slides in there, takes out Derek. And here comes Nothing But Gunny on the break of the next point.
Well, Nate's done a lovely 2-piece, keeping that team alive, keeping the team to have the snacks at the snack bar. But finally, an actual peace and quiet moment. Just for a brief moment as the guns start to rip open once again. Hyde's going to go for the aggressing. Lurk is going to find one. Now Hyde's coming in to back him up. But look at the feeds. It turns white. It's a clean break, a clean control. But as soon as it breaks, it's immediately ripped away. Remorse finds the way straight back. The respawns came at the time they needed. And thankfully, the dreams are still alive.
Dude, that was like 8 people just died there. Like, that was crazy. Like, dude was jumping off the balcony. There was like 3 grenades, and like Remorse magically comes out on top. And Lurk on the 5 streak here right now, man. Lurk is hot, and Nothing But Gunny's got to do something to stop him, man. He's 24-14 right now. He's definitely leading the hand.
Damn. Absolute damn is all I can say. Reaper finding 2. A little brief opening, but nothing too major they can capitalize. And once again, it's this mid area and also right by the palm trees that we're seeing a lot of these battles coming about. Hence why a lot of dead time, solo people on the point where it's just slowly ticking away. And they need to start working more, rotating more together, especially if you're nothing but Gunny. You've got to go back to how you started, the group play, working together, because it's all just slipping away as Remorse continue to bring this closer and closer to 200. 176 to 144. And we're only on the second rotation.
Yo, hype. I don't know what to say. I don't know if Lurk got. We're gonna have to go back and look at this, man. He just went on a 10 streak. I don't know if that's a record, but damn, my man's was just showing out right there, man. And that's speaking tellingly of the score right now, because Remorse is moving away from Nothing But Gunny as they get to 185 here. Nothing But Gunny gotta respond here. Remorse has got the setup on new, and they're definitely holding as we've got Nate there with a nice little two-piece.
This is where Remorse is gonna choke hold the remainder of Nothing But Gunny. They're gonna make sure there is nothing for them to do, and they want it done and dusted. They can't do it on P4. They have to go to P5. Derek the Goat with the 3 pieces. Thank you very much. That's the job I needed, and they continue to put them in a horrible position because look at what Nothing But Gunny are doing. They're teasing. They're looking at this previous point. They need to be rotating to next. They need to get themselves to next, but instead they're going for scraps, trying to claw back from something. But look who's waiting. Nate is on point. He stood by, but it's Hyde and Lurks roaming around to deny the rotations to come through. The feed is just purple and everything that Remorse wants it to be.
Hey man, Nothing But Gunny right now is trying to get away from that 100-point club, and they damn sure better try it because Remorse is not gonna let them breathe after this match here, man. It's been a lot of blood in the chat, and yet Nothing But Gunny trying to make a respond here. They're on the defend, but man, Reaper gets taken out right there. That's painful, man. I don't think Nothing But Gunny's got a response here. I don't think that they do. Remorse is gonna take this. They're 230 right now. They put him back in a 100-point club, but Nothing But Gunny trying to sit here. Got 20 left on this point.
Well, there's going to be a dream scenario. If there's anything for Nothing But Gunny, it has to be perfect. And that is what they're looking to do already. A good start for their perfect streak if they're going to make it happen. Reaper's able to find one. Now Lurks is going to try to be the disruptor. Mansion says no. Get off our next point. We want control. And they're going to have that initial control. But Mansion again left alone. And there was no reinforcements. That dream now going away. Because the cruise from Lurks is coming in. You have to hide or you die. Is going to find his own teammate. That's not a good start. Thankfully, nothing's going to damage Remorse. They're still on point, but the Crusade from Nothing But Gunny is coming in. Reaper on point. Reaper finds another. But still, 4 seconds left. Doesn't matter. 3, 2, 1. It's all done and dusted. Remorse goes to the grand final.
Oh my goodness, man. Killed my prediction, but that was a hell of a match, man. For starters, Lurk with the 10-piece there. Unbelievable. Remorse going back to meet Omit in the grand finals. This should be fun.
Oof. You know that's going to be a banger of a match. Remorse Gaming versus Omit. Oh, get the milk, get the cookies, get the coffee, get the snacks, the popcorn, and everything. That's a fight in itself. But let's bring it back before we get too excited and break down a series that it is. Because Nothing But Gunny, first 2 maps weren't looking all too alive. They weren't feeling it. It wasn't the kind of team that we saw from the series before. But as soon as we got to that control, it was almost like a spark got lit. Everything was just in place where they wanted it, and it just felt like home for them.
You know what? And I think Lurk got the most kills across all of the maps in the series. He put up 33 in that last map. I think, if I'm not mistaken, either was Hyde or Nate put up either 28, somebody got 32. But Remorse connecting on all their shots, man. Whatever they were executing in the last map, they accomplished that. So it's good to see that they were able to finish strong, because I was a little worried there, especially after Nothing But Gunny took that control in such a fashion. I felt like they could have checked Remorse, but Remorse able to claw back and finish this series out and go 3-1 against Nothing But Gunny.
Absolutely, and that Vista was a nail biter at the start. Honestly, I would put money down we were going to map 5 on the early stage, but again, the beautiful phrase, you do not stop until the whistle is blown, is what kicks in, and exactly what Remorse saw, and they brought it back, and it was just for good rotation, good control, and just them able to stick together at the right point. Still a lot of dead space for my liking, but clearly that dead space was what was needed for those 1v1 engagements to come about, of which Remorse, well, this is a team that's challenger caliber. I'm not surprised that they got themselves in that position.
And you know what? That's actually correct, right? We know who we have on this Remorse team, right? We've got Hyde. We saw them showing out, right? We got Nate. I mean, this is a challenger roster, but they've got on the other side of the wing there, Omid Brooklyn, another challenger roster ready to meet them in the wings. And guess who I will be bringing back for grand finals? That would be Mr. Big Rich himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for grand finals right here, ZGL Season 4.
Elite Warfare Gaming is trying to get back into this matchup. Here we go. The comms for Elite Warfare Gaming. Black. My apologies, folks.
One's gonna out.
That's it. Could be one more on one shot.
DJ. Back
Nice.
up. One shot.
I got your help.
Front dead. DJ dead.
Nice.
Alright, back up.
Yeah, back up.
I'm already kitty.
Cheeky.
Already dead.
Done.
I got my front time. I have my front time to mid. We don't have
Okay.
left. That's the only thing we don't have.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up.
We don't have water. We don't have water in left.
I'm in the back right now. I'm in the back.
In the water.
I do not have P2. I don't have water.
Nothing left. Left is good.
One front Tiki.
Alright,
Flying
alright,
Tiki.
I'm
Yeah,
helping
Tiki
you water.
versus-
Instant trade. Nobody's there. Juju takes out 1. Takes out 2. Trophy goes down. Has Cryptic in front. Here comes the chat. Oh, yeah. Juju. Oh, my God. A little bit of listening for the boys in pink day by day. Here we go, folks. Take a listen.
Front time. One shot. Kills. One more. Outer.
Front
Storm,
box,
closet.
Top single. I would update it.
We gotta work new.
Yeah, I'm working here.
One's to the side.
There's two old.
I'm gonna push through junk. I'm gonna hit. Fuck me. I'm gonna hit a pinch.
Just play new.
Yeah, I'm hitting a pinch through new though. I'm behind one, I think.
One's in new
Yeah,
already.
but-
One's in new. One's in the dumpster. Storm. Yeah, you're
Yeah, I killed him.
nice too. Trophy should be gone. One's in the back right. Time. Last 2.
On time.
Back right is absolute, bro. This fucking
Yeah.
host is so shit.
Last one's time somewhere.
Red, junk.
One right cross. Yeah, you cross.
Two junk.
Hey, with trophy on time. I got naded.
Put a trophy close.
I mean, if you guys had success doubling up, I don't think we should have people running away. But look here, Salty might be able to find somebody. Not a Staraglitch, folks. The double chow. Oh, they knew. And here's Astral looking for that red. They're all here at new, and they are completely set up. Million's going to be huge here. Oh, he gets taken out. I thought if he can get another kill, it'd be huge. And look at Juju, able to take out 1. You need a clean break. 8 seconds to go. Nobody's near. Trying to work long. There's only 2 people. They're going to try to work through you. 2:30 and counting. 43 seconds left. Both teams can still win on new. How to decide to play this? Llama goes down. Instant trade. There to go. Working you. 2:40 and counting. Juju playing his life. Vinny gets taken out by Abe. Abe with another kill. Cryptic with another as well. And 2:42 is evened up. Right back on time is Mirage. Contested on point. Able to take out Cryptic. Instant trade there. Millie looking for another. Millie with a 2-piece. Mirage and Llama sit down. Contested on point. Hello. There's another. Juju and Abe. Another contested. Derek the Goat wins it out. Looking for another. There's Mirage. Mirage can't even get there in time. And Bad News Bears says, hey, you guys were close, but not close enough. right there, but Sharma trying to get away with his life. He is one shot, but kills, grabs a kill, and now it's a 1v2 situation. How the times have changed, but now it's a 2v2. Sharma, Sad, back and forth, a little 1-to-1 to 2v2 battle. Oh, he opts right on bomb. Sharma has absolutely no clue, but you gotta get a bomb check. But now look at it, Dill Pickle with the defuse bomb, and Sharma is probably in shambles right now. Wait, this actually might be good. One goes down. Last guy salty. Look for the bomb. Comes around. Win it out. 1v2. Clutch and the cruise missile secured. Oh my goodness. Splash able to go in and clutch a huge 1v2 to take the lead. That was big. EWG. Here we go, folks. The comms for EWG.
There's that time, Dad.
One more you. One more.
Last one's you. Last one's you.
Yeah.
Keep on dead.
Let's go, guys. Good shit. I think they're gonna spawn offense on you. They're gonna come blue. They're gonna do blue and mid, okay?
I have all the blue.
Watching long. Tell me when you die mid. Tell me when you die mid.
I got you.
Office, two
Top
office.
Two. Anura and Tie Shield.
One blue on me. One blue.
They're gonna come
Oh,
low.
just
Low
secret.
office right now.
I got
Low
that
office
on.
and top.
Holding your secret. I'm holding your secret. Make sure they're out.
Not gold.
And no secrets.
They're
Not
all
gold
on my
dead.
front. They're all
It's on
on
the
my
right side.
front.
It's on the right side.
Right
I'm
side
out,
of
I'm
the
dead.
One more top office. Top office. Look
Office
front.
lead.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
One
on.
more, missing one. Missing one.
Okay, I
Yeah.
spawned white.
Get 'em early.
Spawned
Yeah,
white.
yeah,
I'm picking up
blue.
blue. I'm picking up blue. I'm looking
Yo,
blue with you.
I'm just laying down time.
Blue right now. Blue right now. Anura, Changi, one
Yeah.
shot.
Push me
I'm
over.
dead.
Push me
Stay down,
over. I
stay
need
down,
help.
stay
More
down.
there. More there. I'm
Already,
hopping out.
already. Sparky, go up a mold.
I need help. Hold. I'm
We're
getting
gonna
pushed
go.
out.
Sparky,
He's
open.
doing my secret thing.
I have blue still.
Up, folks. Snapsy at 30 and 20. Gonzi on a 5 streak right now. 246 and counting. Cruise missile is out. Blue, Synergy Blue all over. Nico not able to grab a body there, but Kodo working long. Gonzi also working that long as well. He's gonna get taken out. Cruise missile by Snapsy, able to take out 2. Kodo with the 3rd. Last guy's on time. Wins it out. Ladies and gentlemen, Elite Warfare Gaming Blue has everybody's or black spawning long as Nico able to take out 2 on long, and just like that, EWG Black is able to take down Synergy Blue. Oh my, if that didn't get hectic for you, you guys gotta let me know right now what was a better comeback between Elite Warfare Gaming White or Elite Warfare Gaming Black, because oh my gosh, everybody for that team turned up. There is the final score, 250 to 241. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. On DJ, someone stop the music. Able to take out 2 was Millie. Looking for the 3rd. It's going to be able to left hand side. Can he see him? No. We can see him, but he can't. Hello, Millie. There's no way you're missing that in plain sight. Someone turn off the 50 FOV as Bad News Bears. Take out another, so now it's a 2v2 fight. Trophy down. Sad. Dill Pickle. Sharma. Kills. Owners versus players. I mean, what confidence would this be if your 2 owners could come in and take this round? As Kills able to take out 1. Kills looking for a 2nd, but he's not there. Sharma's inside. Sad on the other end. Able to take him out. 1v1 situation. Sad versus Kills. Owner versus player. Oh, the COD timing. Sad saw him, but Kills has no idea. Oh my goodness. 19 seconds remaining. Sad playing exactly where Kills was playing. The bomb check's there. Kills not able to win it out. And ladies and gentlemen, day by day, have survived another round. Instant trade, back and forth we go. 2v3 battle in favor of Team Zero. Let's see if that'll matter as Destroyer able to take out 1. Destroyer able to take out 2. Now Brizo is all by himself with the AR, with the 9-2 Destroyer, the 4-1 Sudor, the 1-5 Brizo. I mean, you've got to grab bomb. You got 38 seconds to do it. Not on top of that, you have to plant as well. I don't know if it can happen, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to find out. Bomb is over here on the other side of you, but take a look at number 1 right here. Sudor, maybe a good time for him to kind of wrap around, but he's going to work through White. So the closest person at the moment is Sudor if he decides to work back this way. He does. Sudor's going to catch timing right here. Down he goes. Info's there. Destroyer knows it. Breezo has to plant this bomb. SMG, AR in hand. Down he goes, 6-0, clean 6-0 for Elite Warfare Gaming Destroyer. Have yourself a game, young fella. Mike here, Legends of Six not able to win it out on P2, but they only need 10 seconds. So if you're day by day, how exactly are you going to be able to hold this the best you can? The last 3 or the last 2 rotations of P3, I should say, have definitely gone to LO6. But they get touched back and forth. 1 dead already. Tier looking for another kill. Good shot there from Reflex. That's huge. That's a 3-2 trade. Oh my goodness, that is huge for day by day, as now you're just eating, soaking up this P3 hill with about 22 seconds left. You have a good shot at finishing it right here, but now a 2 dead in favor, and then Osad with a huge kill. They're looking for the 3rd down. He goes, 10 seconds remaining, but only 5 seconds to finish this game. Day by day, oh my goodness, back from the dead, and they're going to take a early map 1. Far out. That's the start of a break right there. That's 2 dead. That's 3 dead, folks. That is huge. But an instant trade from Mike and another a 2-piece from Mike Ike. That is going to be huge to keep this point white and rowing back into this P1. He's like, hey, wait a minute. 1 more there, Sharma. Sit down, young fella. And my streak is going to improve to 4. Looking for the 5th, but Tier says, no. We saw it in the kill feed. You don't need that. But now, with about 8 seconds left, you see the counting of day by day. The school Reflex with a kill. 4v3 battle. Reflex is close, playing that broken. He's going to go top broken.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to the moment you've all been waiting for. It's grand finals time. No double back-to-back best of fives. It's winner takes all and a best of 7. We have some absolute bangers on the way. My name is Big Rich X. X marks the spot because my commentary is the treasure, but you don't need a map to find it because you're already here. I am joined by the Hyperactive in the booth. Hyper, how you feeling tonight?
I am feeling pumped because we have the heavy hitters out to play. This is Omit Brooklyn versus Remorse Gaming, but let me rephrase this. This is Omit Brooklyn versus SGP practically minus Encourage. This is a squad that has faced against these guys on 2 other occasions. In grand finals. They are not afraid of each other. This is a rivalry that has gone on for God knows how much. We're talking at LANs, when they've done showcases, and now a grand final in a league. You could not ask for anything more.
I know we're zoned out, but I'm absolutely zoned in. I am ready to cast a grand finals. It has felt like it has been so long since I've casted a grand finals. It has been ages just waiting for my chance. I've been champing at the bit to get back in the booth for a grand finals match as we get everything set up, set, and situated. We have the maps. Do we tell them the maps, Hyper? Do we let them find out when we load up? I don't know, chat. Do you want the maps? Do you want to know the maps that badly? You gotta let me know if you want the maps. Do you want the maps, chat? We already got them, so I'm not in anticipation anymore. I already got them set and situated, and I can tell you we got a nice, juicy sandwich that might be a little too high for some of y'all, if you catch my drift. Anyways, Hyper, I've got to ask the question right off the rip. Who do you got for this one?
Oh, you
Who's
can't
taking
answer
it?
that. You can't answer
No,
that.
you gotta.
Okay.
You gotta ask.
If we're going off history, it's Omit. Omit have won the last 2 engagements against this squad. Of course, this squad has not got Encourage in. I don't know if that's going to make the big difference or if it's just going to be, Encourage is just in his own world, right? But they did lose to Omit Brooklyn just a moment ago. So that's 3 times that they have lost to this Omit Brooklyn squad. But we saw them come alive. We saw them come alive, and I would love to see that Remorse Gaming win, to see Derek the Go on top, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Omit taking it once again, closing out this game as all theirs.
Well, I'm leaning the opposite again. I should trust your word because you hit the nail right on the head last time. By the way, Loralo, I want the follow. I flexed again. Anyway, as I was saying, I've casted for Remorse many a time. I know the depth of their roster and how talented each of their players are, especially Derek the Goat, who has had their goat-like moments. And I want Remorse to just be that underdog, to take it away from Omit. Chat wants the maps, and I'll give you the first one at least. It looks like we're going to Karachi for map 1. I'll drop map 2 and map 3 in a little bit. But for the moment, we're getting ready for a hard-hitting, hardcore, absolutely incredible hard point here on Karachi as we get things set and situated. What's your pre-match ritual, Hyper? Are you doing a little YYs, a little teabagging, in specs? What's your go-to?
What am I doing? I'm usually YYing, I'm constantly switching those guns. If there's an inspect button, I'm always clicking that. The good old Counter-Strike days when you're just tapping F and just watching your hand shake like it's having a seizure. Like, that's the type of stuff I'm doing to get me going. But I tell you what, if you're any of these 2 teams, your mind is just on winning. And immediately, after the races, these fine gentlemen go, bloodbath is going to ensue in the middle, and it's all even. No one's taking the early peak, no one's taking the early lead, but finally it's going white, and it's going to Remorse.
Yeah, Remorse Gaming just gets set up so well on this P1, and thanks to Derek the Goat and Nate comboing kills together on the outside. Derek the Goat was in that hotel and still lurking in said hotel, protecting the outside and just racking up the points on this P1. When you can get 30 seconds or more on a P1, it just gives you that breathing room for that P2 rotation.
It really does. It gives you a lot of breathing room, and I tell you what, Omit Brooklyn, they're thinking 2 steps ahead. They're looking above. They're wanting to make sure that they lock down that second point, able to start to claim the scraps and the train that comes off it. But scraps going to be taken away. Not too much for them. No problem. It's the bloodbath at the start. This is really where the make and break starts to begin.
Yeah, look at Abe here getting on the flank. The spawns have flipped, if I'm not mistaken, and are able to trade out a couple of kills and a beautiful, beautiful rotation right in of number 4 Mercules as Hyde rotates on in as a solid break from Remorse as they maintain their 30-point lead and now trying to stay up. Hyde with a bit of a tough throw, trophy system blocking them. Hyde in a bit of a rough spot there. Nate is there to back them up as here comes the push from Omit. Ryan with some beautiful shots. Some team damage there, and that might have cost them. The GOAT on a 6-0 streak. Already got a cruise missile after the P2 and hops off the point, but that's what I love. The communication is there for Remorse right there. The second Derek the GOAT hopped off the push to next, Hyde was there to get the scrap.
Yeah, and I tell you what, they're in great position as well because now they can go to the backlot, go through the safety route of P3 because it's all well and good, a very open site where you can just walk in through the front, but you want to be taking these corridors where Mercules is not allowing anybody in. You've got to be pushing through those angles and getting onto point, but you can see Omit aren't committing to the site. They're not comfortable, they're not happy with the situation until it's cleared. Now they can start claiming those points. They know where everybody Remorse is, so the clock feeds into Omit's favor.
Yeah, a bit in their favor, but they were down by 60, a full hill. Derek the GOAT was 7-0, or excuse me, yeah, 7-0, and now 9-1. He was still lurking back there, causing that disruption, and just like that, Remorse has broken the hill once again in their favor. Sparks with a nice double, but it's not enough. Derek the GOAT gets in there, but only for a moment. They're fighting for scrap because they need every moment of it. Omit gets in there. Hyde's going to try to contest, but the rest of the squad should start rotating to P3.
I tell you what, it's just body throwing. That's what Remorse is doing. It comes with, of course, elements of strategy, able to divert some players, take out those 1v1s, but it's not a 1v1 all the time. It's 2v1s or 3v1s in every scenario, and that's why they're making these breaks, because Omit is spreading themselves out, waiting for some smart plays. Remorse is playing this like a Silver. They're playing the basics and running up as a group. And I don't see Omit reacting to this strategy. It's so effective and so basic, but it's working like a charm.
Yeah, absolutely. Omit got a solid 3-piece a few moments ago, but just not enough to maintain full control of this P4, and this is notoriously one of the more difficult points to hold. Minimal cover, completely exposed from multiple sides, as well as multiple angles, just especially on the high grounds on that P4 side of the map. And already on the P5 rotation, it's Remorse Gaming, just maintaining that distance in the scoreboard and just slaying out. Beautiful throw from Ryan on the explosion. Derek the GOAT still leading the squad, but it's Nate with the most time at 48 seconds and climbing. We love a good hill kit, and someone get him some catnip.
Oh, give him the catnip, give him a little blanket and a little bed because he's going to be sleeping on the side. But nonetheless, it's going to be a good, strong push coming from Omit as they force their way on. They now have only Hyde left. They take him out. Good break, early break, and something they need to claw themselves back into the game. It's not a major lead, and Omit is still clawing away, taking away some numbers, but they need a strong hill, and they need this hill in particular, because this is a type of hill you can lock down if you position yourself right. Mercules up top, getting any information, but just can't hit his shots.
Yeah, and again, Remorse Gaming doing such an excellent job of keeping them off point and reclaiming the entire zone. These minimal amounts of scrap are huge because while they're keeping Omit off, Omit's not getting any real headway into this deficit that they're in. And Remorse Gaming just keeps padding their lead back up to 60, back up to 70, and now find themselves in very good position to retake and annihilate them on P1 because, again, you're exposed from all angles. Derek the GOAT with the 2-piece, now pushing in with Nate, and just like that, they take the P1 almost too easily.
Yeah, no, there was no directional control. They didn't have one side on lock, and that allowed Remorse to go from both ways. Go from the north, come from the south, pinch them into a horrible scenario, and there was no way you can go. You're looking left, you're looking right, and it's too many angles. You've got to have control, and particularly on P1, off the start, you'd want the south control, but when you're looking to transition, go to that P2, you've got to be looking north. You've got to have fire, you've got to have office, you've got to have red, you've got to have all that control, and even secret as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of map positioning. It comes into play when you're trying to rotate from P1 to P2, that is for certain. But P2, way more easy to defend than the P1. Probably the easiest hill, other than the P3, to defend on this map. And now, down by close to 100, make that 80. Remorse Gaming in a very comfortable lead. Omit has a solid hold on this P2, but here comes Remorse Gaming like wolves surrounding their prey. Mercules just spamming, freaking out. Derek the Goat with the 2-piece, and just like that, again, Remorse Gaming takes the hill.
What is this Omit Brooklyn? This isn't the Omit Brooklyn that I'm used to. This type of map,
I told you,
and
man.
This type of series is supposed to be dominant, but they've taken the foot off the accelerator. They're not going full force, and it seems like Remorse Gaming are saying, we're here to break the streak. We want the win on our side, and please, for the love of God, make me wrong, because I want to see a new champion here.
Yeah, look at the rotation already. Stacked up, spread out on that full P3 flank with a steady 80-point lead. You lose your 2 outside players, and you lose your one on the outside. Nate tries to hold, so a beautiful break from Omit gives them a good chance to get set up, but we've seen the punching and breaking power of Remorse behind Derek the Goat, sitting at 20-9 with a 2.0 KD and climbing. And Omit Brooklyn hold on to the P3. We'll find out. And there's the team wipe, giving them some breathing room. A much-needed team wipe, I might add, Hyper.
That's a beautiful team wipe, and look at the spawns as well. It's all south. Yes, it's favorable for P4, but it's nothing really helpful for the P3 site. There's nothing they can do to go into that restaurant. Nothing they can do into the deli and fight. So instead, it's just picking for the scraps, going for those kills, stop the rotation that Omit Brooklyn's trying to put forward, and just look and wait for themselves to get ready on that next point.
Down by close to 100 at one point, and now within striking distance, less than 30. Remorse Gaming gets back on the P4, but this is a very tough hill to hold. Omit Brooklyn needs to get on there and needs to get there fast. Needs to start disrupting this. Nate with a beautiful return fire from the low ground just starts padding the lead once again, making it closer to 50 points rather than that 30. Remorse Gaming doing a solid job. Derek the Goat on the high ground where they are comfortable. Goats traditionally prefer higher altitudes, at least the mountain goats in the Rockies, as I am used to seeing. Lurks on the hill, hide, bobbing and weaving in the convenience store just outside the church and having a blast.
They are having an absolute blast, and I tell you what, they can't win it here, but it's all gonna go down to Junkyard. If Remorse can lock this down, they've got it done and dusted, but right now, well, Junkyard is looking covered with the sign of Omit. The Brooklyn have arrived, and they are there to anchor the point, put down that US flag, and say, this is ours.
Indubitably. But look at how many points Remorse was able to get off of that P4. Traditionally, like we've been saying, one of the harder points to hold. And just like that, break. A beautiful team wipe. Hide and Lurks. HNL high and low. My goodness, just absolutely wiping the floor with Omit Brooklyn. Oh my goodness, it's absolute disaster for Omit Brooklyn in this opening salvo. Trading shots left, right, and center over the hill and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Lurks, pop off, baby. Remorse Gaming, 250 to 154. Whew!
Statement is all I can say. 96-point gap, making them feel confident. Remorse are looking good, and they are sitting comfortably. They're prepped, they're ready. They want to take this home off the get-go, and that's map 1 going in their favor. And this energy is what I like to see. This is the battle that could potentially bring this to the very, very final map.
Oh, 100%. That was a beautiful, beautiful opening game for Remorse. If we could get a look at the AAR summary, I just want to take a look at some of these stat lines. An incredible job from Nate with over 2 minutes of hill time. Knew their role, went 14 and 17, didn't necessarily slay out, but you see why they're on top of the leaderboard there because of that hill time. We love a good hill kit. And Derek the Goat was slaying out 23 and 15. So they were your roamer protecting on the outside. We saw them grab that cruise missile. I don't know if they ever called it in, but they never needed it. Derek the Goat getting it done.
So the cruise missile actually was dropped. It was dropped just as they went into Junkyard. It did.
Touché.
It didn't work as well as they wanted it. It wasn't anything big and creative, but it was enough to bring that opening, to create Omit that sense of panic. And in doing so, in came Remorse just to finish the game off. And we've been anticipating this for a while. We want to see these battles to go down, but we then have to now look ahead. And we said we were going to drop the map. Should we drop it? Do you think we're...
I'm gonna just say it right now because it's search and destroy. It's my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything when it comes to casting. We got back-to-back high-rise matches, people. We're going sky high, helicopter pad. I'm talking luxury cornerstone apartment building. I want that corner office with the big desk. You got to walk 30 feet to shake my hand. That's what I want to see. That's what I like to be at the tippity top, but we got to wait just a little bit longer before we get this matchup started. Search and destroy, we got to slow things way down. Hyper. Taking it round by round.
Just to add a little extra juice to this.
Give us the juice.
This is Remorse's bread and butter. This is the map that they are notoriously known to be absolute demons, and especially that control. And the fact this is back-to-back, I'm sure they're loving it. And it posed the question, why did Omit let this happen? Well, we're about to find out. Is that because they know how to play this game, or is that purely because they were planning to flex on the later rounds?
Well, I just have to wait and see. Omit gets the opening kill in this search and destroy matchup, gives them just a slight edge. Sparks gets picked off with the Renetti from out of nowhere. Nate lurking in the back, protecting the flanks as both teams try to vie for position on this map. Mercules with a solid 2-0 start. You love to see it. Lurks takes them down off the ladder. Now rotating up in a 2v2 classic gunfight situation. Remorse going up against Omit here as they try to make their way towards Bravo. Ryan able to sneak on through. Abe trying to stay honest, trying to get on this Bravo objective. Nate still hanging out in the back. Lurks is there. Doesn't realize it just yet. Ryan with the shots, and Abe from the high ground. Omit Brooklyn taking round one, so making us eat our words a little bit here as they get started off on the right foot. We'll watch kill cam back.
Yeah, that's a beautiful drop down. It's a tough angle to find Lurks in, but Abe, he's not worried. No chill for himself, but even when you trap Omit into a difficult situation, they find a way to crawl themselves back, to put themselves into a good position, because that bomb was nowhere near. That was left out in the open, down by the fans. You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it without going into the gunfight, but hey, the 1v1s work. We go to another round.
Indubitably. Hide the bomb carrier, trying to rotate up towards Bravo side from the underground. Ryan with a cheeky little head glitch, trying to find a quick pick as Hyde and company try to find their way in to Bravo. Sparks peeking up a little too far. Derek the Goat could not find purchase of Sparks, and again, Omit grabbing the first kill. Abe spots one. Derek the Goat able to get the shots off, though.
This is going to massively help them to have that life advantage. 3v1 now in favor of Remorse, so even the first blood not going too well. Mercules keeps himself alive. He needs those one-on-one engagements. He needs to find the right timing. Has he got the right timing? Down to a 1v1. Mercules, he might be able to do the clutch here. He just needs to dodge. He needs to dive! Oh my! 3v1, he stays alive. He's happy with that. 2-0 to Omit Brooklyn.
Herculean effort from Mercules. Someone call Meg and tell her to wait by the river. We're coming to pick her up on Pegasus. It's going to be a party for Omit. If there's anything by these 2 rounds to go off of, Mercules popping off out of nowhere. We were hyping up Remorse something fierce, but it's Omit knocking down the door with a 2-0 lead, and Remorse has got to stop him here before the momentum gets too far away from him.
Tell you what, I questioned off the get-go, why pick High Rise? I think we're getting our answer here. Omit seems to like this map too. So this is two teams that love and know this map like the back of their hand. Been around for a hot minute. But with this new creation, this new meta, what can you pull off as the bomb just sitting in no man's land and everybody not wanting to give away their position?
Yeah, and what a huge factor the propane tank change has been. We saw a bit of damage going to Lurks there on the propane, but is able to stay up. Abe grabbing the first blood and drops down to the low ground, still eating some shots and able to stay alive. And Sparks gets Derek, and now a 1v4 for Hyde. Hyde grabs one. He's in the back trying to stay alive. Now pushing forward with just 5 HP and a dream. What an ego, Chow. You love to see it. Ooh, got him on the low ground, and it's 3-0 for Omit as they come bouncing back in a big way like you're at the trampoline park.
Yo, I do not want to see this go into a 6-0. Remorse need to find something. They need to dig their feet in. I didn't hype you up for nothing. I don't lose predictions. I don't lose them. Okay, maybe I lost one last time, but I don't lose them. I don't want you to go down.
On occasion, no one is ever 100% right, and to claim such is ignorant and foolish, Hyper. How dare you? As we continue here, Remorse trying to find their footing and Omit standing tall. They're in the city. They come from the city that never sleeps. As we continue here, Abe looking for that first kill, but it's Hyde to yoink it away. Ryan going down. Mercules takes down Derek. Abe to take down Hyde, and now a 3v2. Nate trying to circle in on Abe. Beautiful, beautiful shots from Nate right there, Hyper.
Back to the 2v2, these guys keep themselves quite even, leave themselves in this difficult scenario because now it's still equal but much harder. Mercules on that 5 spree. He's unable to get the last. But Omit just keep on crawling closer and closer to the finish line for map 2.
What incredible play from Mercules here. 8-1 to start. An absolutely, again, the 12 tasks of Hercules seem to be flowing through the veins of Mercules right now. They're on the 6th streak. They're 8-1. They need 4 more kills to complete the 12. I forget if it's 12 or 13. I'm going to stick with 12. Anyways, 4-0. Someone look it up for me. Sparks the bomb carrier. Mercules rotating up. Nate tosses that stun, but elects not to push. Remorse is a little hesitant, but Lurks is rushing the right flank. Might be able to pick up a quick kill. Gets one. Just drops down and thought they were going to go for 2. And unfortunately got caught on the barrels there.
Mercules as well, just to point out, on that 6th streak, he was able to get last as well, so that's going to massively help. He finally falls. 8-2 to his name, but still massive kill-death ratio in his favor. 1v1, Hyde's brought this alive. There's hope. There's a dream. And Remorse need a round win. Hyde. He doesn't have the bomb in his sights. Repushes up to Ryan. Ryan goes for that one-on-one. Chow. It's going to be the Renetti fight to go finish it off. Who's got the last of the bullets? It's Remorse! Finally, a point on the board.
And the momentum is finally swung the other way. The pendulum striking towards midnight, finally taking its final toll. Could be spelling doom for Omit. I've seen this time and time again. You get off to a major lead, sometimes 3 or 4-0, and then something slips, something cracks. The weaknesses have been revealed, and Remorse Gaming should be able to exploit those weaknesses. Derek the Goat having an uncanny 1-in-5 performance, unfortunately. Hyde is there to pick up a bit of the slack, clutching up big time in the 1v1, but you got to turn it around here, and you got to turn it around now.
You need a map to turn around. You need to go on a good 3-round streak minimum just to look somewhat so competitive. But Remorse opting for a good start and going for that 3-on-3 scenario. And the bomb this time going towards the A, but Abe able to find Derek the Goat, the bomb carrier, and that is dropped in an awkward position. Mercules dropping in. The Cruise can't hit. Gets the information though. And that forces that rotation to go all the way down to B. But Hyde still keeping us alive.
Yeah, that is a huge kill from Hyde to keep it 2v2. Ryan and Mercules trying to pop off and clutch up for their squad. Lurks gets spotted out in the corner, trying to stay alive on radio tower, and then thankfully does not get the push. Mercules Ryan stacked up now, just trying to find a way to protect these objectives. Bomb is down up top helipad, and I think they know this. Lurks starting to rotate.
Oh, Lurks.
Doesn't see him yet. Mercules gets spotted, but does not go down. Hyde pushing up now.
They can play with time here. They can Remorse can play with time. They don't have to push into the sightline. They can just stay. I'm mistaken. Sorry, Omit needs to stay out of sightline. Bomb's gonna go down just in time. Remorse able to be lucky, but no.
Merc.
They were too bunched. Too bunched.
That is just dangerous play from Mercules right here. 10-2, folks. Absolutely frying right now. 5-1. See if they can achieve 6-1 and get out of that short king status that they find themselves in now. As we get ready for the 7th and potentially final round of this first Search and Destroy matchup between these two incredible teams. Grand Finals, best of 7, folks. It's a fun one to say the least. To say the least.
I'm just trying to work out what is the highest competitive. It was 18 kills done on a Search and Destroy done by Celium 4 years ago. Was the highest kill that's done on a Search and Destroy. We're currently at 10 for Mercury, so 8 away. We would have to see Remorse come back and make a battle, but again, Omit Brooklyn is not going to allow this new record to be broken. Instead, it's done and dusted. Omit Brooklyn, take it home. And done convincingly.
Making you eat your words a bit. I was with you. I thought Remorse Gaming was going to have this, and then, my goodness, we got absolutely bamboozled by Omit as they just took a wild right haymaker straight to the jaw of Remorse and put them out cold. Mercules finishing with 10+ kills and a, quite frankly, disgusting KD. We'll get an accurate look after we get to the after-action report, just because the scoreboards are currently broken, sadly. Who's to say why, but that's how it goes. Either way, an incredible job from Omit right there.
It is crazy indeed. 10-2 for Mercury. So yeah, 8 away from the record held by Celium, which is crazy to think 18 was the record, but nonetheless, when you pull double figures in any Search and Destroy, that's a playmaker. That's a playmaker indeed. But you can't rule out Hyde. Hyde saved a lot of times the opportunity for the for the round to go into disaster, because I want to be real here.
Be real.
Remorse didn't fully lose this in a disastrous way. The scoreline looks disastrous, but they kept bringing things down to those 2v2s or the 1v2s. They kept the player lives down low. So that is one thing I'll give in their favor.
Step by step, moment by moment, shot by shot. But at the end of the day, it was Omit winning the rounds, and that's all that really matters in a Search and Destroy. I don't care if you pop off for 15 kills. Granted, if you're getting 15 kills in a Search and Destroy and you still end up losing, which I've done before in pubs, it's quite embarrassing. It's still a rare occurrence nonetheless, but it's much more closely based to winning your 1v1s. You can't necessarily be that solo, run and gunner lone wolf type in Search and Destroy. You need those callouts, you need map control, you need map information. But a tremendous job from Mercules regardless of what was going down. 10-2, a 5.0 KD. You got to be feeling pretty good. We go now to Control back on the high rise. We'll see if Remorse can bounce back.
I definitely can, but I tell you what, let's take a little short break. But when we come back, straight into that map, straight into the mode, and seeing if finally Remorse can claim their crown jewel.
That's Mike able to take out Tier. Oh my goodness, and kills gets out from Mike as well. And now Storm goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, match point all around the scoreboard, day by day, finding some serious momentum, and we couldn't even switch to Mike at all, as Dill able to take out 1, Mike able to take out 2, and oh my goodness, a 5-5 game. Who's gonna get defend? And Ivero looking for the trade there. or Atsua, excuse me, and there's another one coming. That's Archer. So a 2v3 battle in favor of EWG. CPR right here, watching boxes. Look at the back and forth they go. Z Money will take about last guy there. Oh my God! CPR, Archer, sit down, young fella. CPR was able to beam you on the heady of boxes. Wow. All I gotta say is CPR, when you post that on Twitter, at LuckyDev on Twitter, do not forget to tag me, folks. Oh, look at this right here. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Have to watch the attacking side. We don't watch much of defend. With that being said, we know Atsu's gonna be their bomb carrier. Let's see their setup here. From the looks of it, it's definitely gonna be an A push. And let's see if the boys in white are ready for it, or if the boys in purple can win it out. And oh, look at the setup here. Cabal Gaming winning it out right here on this B side. Sparky takes out Few.
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the stream after our short break. We are here back on the high rise, the tippity top of the tower, as these two teams are about to duke it out once again. But this time, we're switching things up a bit. It's not search and destroy, Hyper. It's control. Who do you have taking this one?
I got it wrong last time. I said it was going to be Remorse, but I've got to stick to my guns. This is realistically the game mode that I have seen them choose high rise every single time. And this is why I'm more confident this is more where Remorse was going to come alive, where I'm going to see them do well. But seeing what Omid can bring in that search and destroy, that brings a different kettle of fish here. This brings something different, but I tell you what, that start says everything backing me. Full wipe, fully done. Lux is in the spawn traps. Let's go. This is the Remorse we want to see.
Exactly. Derek the Goat over on the alpha side. Ryan trying to break through. Nate gets that high ground advantage. Lurk still trying to set up the spawn trap in office. Just popping shots and delaying push, costing them precious time. Already less than 50 seconds left on the clock. Mercules gets cleaned up with a nice little headshot. Lurk's just hanging out on the right-hand side. Goes for the reload. Hyde is there for the save. And it's just a spawn trap kill fest in that office. My goodness.
Lurks finally gets killed off, but look how advanced Remorse are. They're keeping them inside the office, and already we're down to the last 25 seconds. It's a bloodbath, and I told you why Remorse likes it. Look how confidently they put themselves in these positions. They're happy. They feel alive. They're feeling the feed, and the numbers just keep going through. Finally a double for Ryan. An opportunity to break free, and they try and run. They try and get the foot on point. They have it at 3.7. But can you clutch from being in a mass deficit? No, you cannot.
Yeah,
Done, dusted, like a 1-2-3 inning.
Amen. A beautiful bounce back for Remorse, and the absolute counter to that right haymaker was ducking and giving a left uppercut, and that was it right there. My goodness. When you can get a 12 kill differential in just any kind of situation, that's going to help you out tremendously, but especially in control. May I remind you, Remorse only lost about 8 lives that entire round. Insane.
That is a crazy ass number, and I tell you what, now we've seen the defense. Let's see that attack, and Hyde's already pushed aggressive down 2, and they're starting to get things rolling, get things moving. 3-stack going onto B, already making a split onto A as well.
Throwing the towel, they're already dead.
Conquering. This is the Remorse we want. This is the team. And I will want to see the Renetti Derek the Goat. He's gonna come happy soon.
God, they haven't lost a life yet, and they just took Bravo they have yet to lose a life. They might, I might have jinxed it a bit. Abe finally got a kill, but they are on Alpha. They got the first progress bar, and it is just, oh my God. It's like a janitor taking a mop to some kid's throw up when you saw in the cafeteria in 5th grade, and it ain't looking pretty at all for Omid right now. They finally get some back-to-back kills, giving them some breathing room, but my goodness, Remorse Gaming is in their element right now.
It's a little breathing room, a little opportunity for Omit Brooklyn to push them back, but the live deficit is still significant. There is still a lot that Omit needs to do, but you can see how Remorse uses this map, how they're able to rotate their way through and jump straight back onto point, and they're gonna claim that second tick. Done and dusted. Thank you very much. One more tick to go, and they've got the reinforcements about to back them up. No, not yet, because Abe was there to deny. Another deep breath is needed.
Yeah, no, take your time.
One more push.
Those checks from Nate's, the repeats, the rotations around that propane staging area essentially was incredible. They've brought it back 16 to 15 now. Remorse still has the slight edge, but my goodness, that was a devastating start for Remorse on the attack. Things have slowed down just a bit here. They have to recollect themselves and push together as a squad, because you see Omit starting to bring it back to even, and now it pretty much is even as they start to push them back into their spawn. A beautiful job from Omit being able to keep their composure in this one.
They had their hand tied to their back, and they just could not throw that left hook. They kept on trying, but eventually they broke free, and now they brought it to a position where they could take it home. There's still a 2-life advantage on Remorse. 55 seconds left on the clock. Derek the Goat's getting a little close and personal finds through, and now he's going to start rotating into their spawn. Now, can they read this? Can they hear the footsteps? Because Derek's there. There's the third for him. Quickly rotate through, and he's in their spawns, creating the chaos in their head. Finally, the pressure onto point. 2 on there. Get it done and dusted. Remorse Gaming is being contested and denied. Denied off the edge. But it's still Derek the Goat in their spawns.
Incredible job from Omit to get that 3-piece to stay alive. Derek the Goat bobbing and weaving, dodging, ducking, dipping, and diving, but it's Ryan for the 3 streak to keep things alive. It's 4 to 3. It's a search and destroy situation right down to the wire. 20 seconds left on the clock. Mercules and company gotta protect. Who's gonna make the first mistake? Who's gonna make the move? Here comes the push from Remorse, and it's Hyde. Sparks for the trade. Nate takes him down. It's a 3v1. Can Mercules do it? A 1v2 now. We've seen him clutch a 1v3 before. 8 seconds. Can they get on there? They stop the clock. Lurks goes down. It's a 1v1 between Goat and Mercules. Goat is on there. Silence falling over the map. Mercules waiting to strike. Coming down from the heavens. Can Mercules find him? Derek the Goat's injured. They contest. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posy. Ashes. Derek the Goat clutches.
My lord, how did Remorse bring that to the end? Mercules kept it going, but Derek the Goat just found the slide, found the dip, and got it done and dusted. Oh my god. What a map. What
now this is
map.
pod racing, Hyper. That's what I'm talking about right there. Remorse Gaming with one of the most insane second rounds of control I've ever seen. Coming down to a 1v1, clock ticking down. I'm just absolutely sweating. Holy, I can't compose myself. I'm all flustered.
Deep breath, deep breath. Woosa, woosa.
Need to go to Lamaze classes or something.
You need to go to that baby goat yoga thing. You know, it's apparently very calming.
We'll figure it out. Either way, round 3 underway. Omit currently has a slight edge in lives as they are on the split push attack.
It's going to be splitting, but it's not going to work all too well. So they're going to have to focus onto that B side. Abe isn't going to find one spark. She's also able to help out. The contest, not going to work, but this is looking much better for Omit. This is more like Omit's game plan, more confident. Minute 10 still on that clock. Lives are in their favor as well. And this is more like it. This is more the Omit we saw from the last round. The more dominant, the more control. The one that knew this map in a way that we didn't expect it. And now, as the final tick still can't be done. Remorse, they keep on fighting.
Yeah, a beautiful job. I think Remorse in the early goings of this round was trying to get set up in those spawn trap sites a little too early, and they got picked off on those rotations. Nice double from Mercules. Derek the Goat able to take him down as a 2-stack onto Alpha. Derek the Goat trying to rotate nades and stuns being tossed their way. 3-piece from Nate High, Derek the Goat, and that's a squad wipe. Remorse Gaming now should be able to get set up in those spawn traps and look them closing in on Omit like a constrictor snake around the throat. Nate with the headshot, and it could spell disaster here for Omit.
It could spell disaster, but
Oh, no.
one good break. They could go and take both of these points quite well, but right now, Nate's on a 5 streak. He's feeling happy. He's right in their spawns. He's literally inside the office, going at your desk and playing on your computer. He's got Minesweeper up and he's already blown the bomb, but nonetheless, a little opportunity. No, Hyde is
spot from
stood there,
Hyde.
hiding away. He's gonna have the sightline. Nate's also looking down. 17 seconds left on the clock. They're the goat on a 5
Put it
streak as
away.
well. There's nothing, but I said one breakaway. One breakaway is all it takes. Ryan gets taken down. Derek the Goat is there waiting for more spawn traps, but it's gonna have to be Hyde to clutch, to keep the round, to go to the end. It's done and dusted. Goodbye, Sweet Moon. A perfect round.
Who the hell is Sweet Moon?
Have you never heard me say good night, Sweet Moon? Man, you
I've
have
heard
not
Good Night,
heard
Sweet
it
Prince.
segment.
I've never heard Sweet Moon. 3-0 for Remorse either way. A beautiful game of Control with a nail-biting round 2 finish, to say the least. Moon, sun, stars, the galaxies, whatever you want to say, it was sweet, to say the least.
The cosmos came together, stars aligned, everything that I said about this map that was Remorse's, voila.
I feel like I need a
Came
cigarette
alive.
after that one. Jesus criminy, that was intense. It was so intense I might as well go camping right now. A beautiful, beautiful 1v1 between Derek and Mercules. We gotta get, that clip's gotta get posted ASAP somewhere. That was awesome. Plain and simple, capital AWE, some awesome. Whew.
Well, we don't condone smoking, but if you have energy drinks, we condone that, apparently, according to most gaming industry. But nonetheless, look at this scoreboard.
Pick your poison,
Nate,
people.
23 and 13, coming alive, guys. Absolutely dominating is what I can say. And then, of course, his team not too far away, 19 and 14, 18 and 15, 17 and 12. Good score lines for that Remorse side. But even Omit, you know, yes, a few of them in the negative, few of them just not able to get out of their spawns. It wasn't too bad. It could be a worst case scenario. They were able to realize the mistake from before and counter it well.
We're not taking any breaks. We're getting right back into it. We're going to Rio Hardpoint, a very, very intense map that I love very much for Hardpoint. I've seen Remorse dominate on this map before. What I think is going to be the critical decider in this one, I love Strawberry Daiquiris too, by the way, chat. What I think is going to be the decider in this one is the P3. The P3 is so critical because it's tucked away in the back. It's a very elongated point. There's a lot of places where you can contest, where it can be a bit difficult to full clear. But I'm excited either way. I'm picking Remorse. They have owned the respawn modes thus far, and I'm sticking with them.
I don't think they've got it. I'm
Really?
gonna say it straight like that.
After that incredible 3-0 control and their
Even
near
after that incredible
100-point
3-0.
victory in the first hard point.
This is my reason.
Go
we
ahead.
saw what they can do. We saw what they can do on Karachi, and the intricacies that come out from Karachi is quite major, right? There's a lot of CQB style areas that you can play with, and guess what? They were playing in those. They enjoyed those scenarios. A lot of Rival 9s coming out. So, Rival 9 map. You could say high rises. It kind of is, but a lot of MCWs. But this is Rival 9 galore. I think Omet's got it.
You know, we're just going to have to wait and see who's right here, Hyper, okay? I'm sticking with Remorse. I'm sticking with the GOAT. They did not let me down in Control, and I don't think they're going to let me down here. It's Rio. It's Hardpoint. It's 2-1 Remorse. Can they take the commanding 3-1 lead and push it to series point? We'll just have to wait and see as we are off to the races. Omit going to get there first as Remorse takes the far outside angle in. Sparks waiting there. Abe with the nade will grab the first blood as we get things underway here in Rio.
Omit may have the first amount of points, but guess what? Who's coming straight in? Remorse. It's Nathan Hyde going to steal the point and steal the time, and in doing so, maintaining that P2 point, maintaining the hot dogs down. Come and get your hot dogs, only $1, and that will be enough for them because they'll claim every second they can over there. I tell you what, a really good bloodbath going down into the center. Remorse Gaming is being pressured, but they won't falter.
I'm sorry, the only cheap dollar hot dog I want is from Costco, plain and simple. I ain't taking it from some mall stand in this Call of Duty map. Nate with some beautiful shots on this P2 rotation, popping stuns and popping bottles, wanting some more. Nate peeking and unfortunately going down. Just a lot of empty shots, but nades aplenty as Lurks grabs one. Abe and Mercules grabbing two, and it's Abe for the two-piece to clear the hill, at least for the moment, and Mercules with the two, and a solid 1-2 wombo combo punch gives Omit the point. At least I thought so temporarily, until Derek the GOAT came in with a double headshot of his own.
Yeah, the respawns just favoring Remorse, allowing Omit to not able to capitalize on the dead space. There's nothing that they can do, because as soon as they take out one, it almost feels like there's just another player just magically appears. So this respawn, this site, P2, you have to have that right side. Otherwise, you're not claiming a single thing. You have to, if you do, you got to break and then go north. And that's what the Omit could not do. But we're rotating to P3. And already we've got a 1v1. That's 1 and 6. It's going to be Ryan and Derek the GOAT. But look who's coming in as well. You've got reinforcements of Abe. Derek the GOAT can't win it. This is Omit's point to start things off.
Yeah, they get there first, but we've seen Remorse time and time again consistently break hills, and just like that, they broke it. And speaking on the point, there's one there, and then there's another the second you take them down. It's just like the Hydra. Mercules should have experience with it, and they get the two-piece and the full team wipe, so should get some breathing room on this P3, at least temporarily, as we see Remorse gaming a bit spread out on this map.
Very spread, but this is all part of building it up. They're trying to find a way in, and they find their little break. They start to push in. Here comes one. Derek the GOAT pushes in, and there's two. Says thank you very much. Clean, done, dusted, out of the park. That's a break, and that was so coordinated as well.
Yeah, beautiful job how everything coalesced for them to break the hill. They still have a slight lead, not as big as lead as the first hard point, but still somewhat significant at 24 points. Gives them just a moment of breathing room to get those breaks, to get those rotations, as we see Derek the GOAT all alone and eventually taken out. And again, Omit's winning the rotations. They're getting there first. Now they need to maintain control. They are consistently and constantly getting their hills broken upon by Remorse. We'll see if they can hold here on P4.
Oh, not for very long. Immediately you could see the lack of players, the lack of backing, the lack of bodies to be able to defend it. Here comes Sparks to try and defend it. Not going to work. His hide, and Derek the GOAT pushes in. Mercules able to come from afar. Thankfully, reinforcements did come in, and you can see Remorse not all too happy.
Oh.
That's not good, Abe. Oh, no. That is a horrible situation. You've given the remainder of the site to Remorse. But
That is devastating.
This is a close game. Rich, you don't understand. This is going from one side to the other, to one side to the other. No one is giving up.
No, they are not giving up, but the GOAT has gotten several two pieces, and they might as well be handing them out with a side of fries. And a beautiful job here to rotate all the way across the map and maintain control. Abe finally gets a nade kill on the opposing team instead of the double kill of their opponents, unfortunately. Or the double kill of their teammates, as again a 30-point differential. Remorse Gaming keeps padding this lead. Anytime Omit gets close, Remorse just brings that separation in. Nate, contestant, grabbing two. Nate the Great making an appearance from Ted Lasso and just dropping bodies here on Rio as they maintain control of this P5 once again, and that separation starting to show like my separation from my third wife. Here we go, Hyper.
I feel sorry for your loss, but nonetheless, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and that's exactly what Omit are thinking. They're thinking there are more opportunities. Yes, they made their first mistake and allowed Remorse to capitalize in it and give themselves a larger lead. However, as I said, plenty of fish in the sea. It takes a good rotation and one mistake from Remorse for Omit to capitalize and bring that gap back down. And that's all they're looking for now. They're not looking for a great 60-piece hill, just a small gap.
Mercules killed Abe with the stun. Are you kidding me? We've seen 3 TKs and Abe's been involved with all of them for Omit. Just absolutely devastating for this squad. As we see the quick rotation from P5 to P1, a huge 3-piece thanks to Sparks and Ryan. Lurks is able to pick up 1, but finally some breathing room. Omit should be able to get a decent amount of pointage off this one. We'll see if Remorse tries to contest, and it looks like they're trying to get set up for the P2 already. A solid job by Ryan here on the rotation, but still lead in favor of Remorse as it has been for a majority of this matchup.
And on top of that, just to add insult to injury, I said about a mistake. Omit have spawns. They have P2 prepped and ready in their back pocket, but they can't lose it here. For the final seconds, you cannot allow Remorse to go from info and take the point. You've got to be prepared. You've got to have the backs, and now Remorse is going to push in. They can't allow a spawn flip. Still, spawns going in Omit's favor, and I think there is hope. A slight breath of relief. You can't die. You can't die here. They know this. Derek the Goat's got the information. He's going to get one peek around the corner. He still loses. Sparks takes it, and this is what they needed. Brooklyn have it in their favor.
Yeah, a beautiful job from Omit. They're able to break, but only with 30 seconds left on the hill. They're still down by 50, so will not be able to capture the lead on this one and still have to defend. It's going to be a tough rotation to that P3. If Remorse can maintain those spawns, they're going to be set up in a good position to get a solid amount of pointage on this P3. Derek the Goat already getting set up. Nate with a big 2-piece trying to clear, and they do. You see number 3, Hyde, should be able to get a bit of scrap on that one. Omit definitely did not get all of the points they wanted off of this one, unfortunately, and now Remorse set up on the P3, waits for the push.
Again, another mistake from Remorse will allow Omit back in, and that's, again, what they're looking for. I sound like a broken record, I know, okay? But trust me, this is what they need to hear, is one mistake is all it takes. Ryan finding that 2-piece, unable to break the point, as Remorse will still remain there and solid. They still have the spawns. They can bring the reinforcements in, so it's going to be wave after wave after wave. Nate goes in, but Abe's able to keep it alive. He's killed 3 of his own teammates, but still, Abe is still coming into play. They have point, and they made the flip. That's the mistake they want. They're back in this game.
Absolutely, if they can maintain control of these last 20 seconds, and it looks like they should be able to do that and get a good setup on P4, they just might be able to take the lead in the latter half of this matchup as we continue here. Mercules popping off, Lurks and Hyde grabbing some kills. It's Trade City, might as well call it Wall Street at this point, as Omit is just about 20 points away. Math was never my strong suit. They need to maintain control of this P4 and not let it get broken upon, and they must stop the wave crashing down upon them like a sea wall, and here it comes. Derek the Goat with 1. Derek goes down, Lurks gets another, and there it is, Ryan with a big 2-piece.
It's all about reinforcements. Omit just had that extra player just to come in, so when they thought the break had happened, when Remorse thought it was all and done, Omit just had that extra player to come through the sidelines, take them out, and now look at them. They're in the firing line. It feels like I was about to say what I wanted to say, but it's pretty insensitive. It's a firing line nonetheless.
Derek the Goat with a big 2-piece before going down as Omit takes their first lead, and I'm pretty sure since the start of this matchup by about 20 points. And now Remorse Gaming find themselves on their back foot, trying to get set up on this P5, and they do so successfully. It's now up to them to defend. Can they stop Omit from carrying this momentum from the P4 on over to the P5 as they crack into the 200 mark first? It's going to come down to the wire. Beautiful shot from Lurks to open things up. Needs this 2-piece. Pre-fires a little too early. That's not enough. Here we go, Hyper.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got a gut feeling this potentially could go down to hot dog stand for rotation 3 P2. But that is assuming that Omit Brooklyn doesn't hold it here, and the Remorse comes out with some brilliant play and puts themselves into the 200-point club themselves. Hyde, this time, being the one to get the team kill. It seems to be Remorse making these odd mistakes, but finally, a little break and a little bit of breathing room. And you start to question, where do we go next? We have to fight P1. And both sides, a little contest, goes through. Sparks gets a team kill as well, but Sparks able to make the break. Now they have to really look at P1. Remorse 2 seconds away from that 200 points.
And Nate was able to pick up that big kill, waiting for the push from Sparks. Trying to get it, trying to secure it, going for the pre-fire, tosses the nade and goes down to the trophy system right in his face, unfortunately. Derek the Goat still contesting. And unfortunately going down as Omit Brooklyn now climbing ever closer to that W mark, and now it's a mad dash to P1. And Omit hang on for dear life to secure the win. Here comes the push from Remorse. Derek the Goat getting the opening kill. Mercules taking down one. Abe, another hide going in. Ryan trying to stay up, and it's hide and Ryan to duke it out, and Ryan stays alive.
They can win it here. Omit can win it here. They cannot be contested, though. They have to get it done and dusted. There we go. You can see the scoreline. It's still there. 3 people on point. They're really backing it up. Ryan finds 2. There is a small break in time. Now, Remorse gets on point. Is there enough time? There's not anymore. They have to rotate. So we move over to P2. And guess who's waiting? It's Omit Brooklyn. They have point. They have the next spawns. And look at Abe. He's trying to capture anyone and anybody who tries to slip under the radar. But it's going to be Abe trying to fend off.
Big
gets the
two-piece from Abe.
point. And now it's the critical moment. Remorse has spawns.
Oh, that is huge for Remorse. They are able to switch the spawns in their favor. They need to get on this hill ASAP to get at least close to tie things up. Big push from Hyde here. A TK from Lurks on the Goat, and that's a 3-piece in favor of Remorse. They get on hill, they take the spawns, and that's going to do it, folks.
It's very much going to do it. One final push will come through. It won't be anything. It won't amount to anything, and my prediction stays true. Omit Brooklyn from the grave. They came back, capitalized on the little mistakes Remorse were making, and they have tied this series up 2-2. We're on map 5. This isn't the championship point. They've got to win another one after that.
Very, very interessante from Omit as they finally get a respawn mode under their belt. Series all tied up at 2 apiece, and I have a feeling this might go the distance here, Hyper.
Oh, it 100% is going to go the distance, but let's break down those stats, and I tell you what, that's evenly spread. Everyone took on their roles evenly. Even amount of kills, even amount of hill time. Nobody was being the little kitten napping in the corner, as you say. They all took their parts, and honestly, you just can't divide them unless you dig deep. And realistically, from what we saw, Omit's better at rotating, but Remorse, hell, they can break.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful job from Omit, especially on those final 2 hills, especially for that P1, to be able to rotate from that P5 that they were kind of losing to maintain control of that P1, give themselves some breathing room, and then lock down the P2 as well as they did, especially once Remorse got the spawns to punch their ticket and tie things up. It's just an incredible job. Really, really, really incredible as we get ready for 6-star Search and Destroy. I'm very, very much excited to see how this one goes. We'll see if Remorse can bounce back, but it's really anybody's game at this point. Series tied at 2 apiece.
I love 6-star Search and Destroy. It makes me feel like home. I talk about a 3-lane S&D style maps. This is exactly what I love because you have a beautiful mid channel. You have your A, you've got your B, both north and south in this projection. But if you get that mid control, you have options. It's risky, but the reward is beneficial. However, the choke points from connectors are even harder. You go down through stairs, you go through there are tight angles you have to push through. However, the choke point necessarily for these guys to push onto site, well, it's actually further back than you think. And this is where we're seeing a much more advanced positions for the defense, and where we'll see them capture people inside of office, inside of the little square, and even before TK.
One thing I gotta point it out. I don't know if anyone else heard it, but I don't know how palm trees and clear water reminds this man of home, just overcast in the nasty River Thames. Anyways, as we get things underway here, for this Search and Destroy matchup, it's gonna be a fun one in this best of 7 as the series is tied at 2 apiece.
You cheeky guy. Absolute cheek, that's what it is. But nonetheless, we go north. We go to B, and that's gonna be a free site, a free opportunity to get the bomb down. And this leaves this post-plant scenario in a 3v4, a quick early pick for Mercules going down. But for Omit, you have the bomb down, and you have a good opportunity.
Yeah, nice chance to defend. Big drop down from Nate. Tries to get the pick, but couldn't do it. Derek is there for the trade, though. As now hanging out by the pool, Ryan and Abe trying to stay up. A quick melee in the water. They're got to be careful and take their breath. Ryan might drown here. Ryan drown.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ryan, I'm sorry, brother. You just got caught in 4K. Brother doesn't know how to swim. Remorse Gaming takes the W. Ryan, you are going to be posted everywhere, brother, and I'm sorry for you, but that is hysterical. You got to take a breath.
Oh my!
That did not just happen. Remorse did not just win because one of the players drowned on the map.
Mama didn't teach him how to swim when he was young.
Someone get the floaties.
Get the floaties on the side and give him.
Ryan needs a pool noodle.
He needs everything. He needs everything right now.
Ryan, I'm gonna roast the heck out of you for the rest of the match. You will not live that down, and I am sorry. As we get round 2 underway, Remorse Gaming.
Ryan's sticking by the bar. He needs a drink after that and a couple of shots to get it all out of his head.
No, he'll drown even quicker then. He needs to stay sober and take some swim lessons, brother. Call the instructor. Call the lifeguard. 2v2. Call Larry. The lobster needs to get in here and save some tail. As we get in this 2v2 situation, Sparks and Mercules with back-to-back headshots tie things up.
Oh, I feel there's more. I feel you have more under your belt, don't you?
Oh, I have a million different jokes. He's gonna need a pineapple because he's gonna be living under there if he keeps going into the pool. This is ridiculous. Someone call Captain Phillips because I'm the captain now. This man is just absolutely. Does anybody see Jason Momoa? He needs some help. He can't swim. Oh my goodness.
My God.
Bro needs Billy from Stranger Things. Save him. Anyway, round 3, take it away, Hyper.
Back to the game, man. Back to the game as we go to round number 3, and already Hyde's getting that first bullets and a little extra lead inside the bodies. The bomb is down, and that's great information if you are Remorse Gaming. And now they have to go through the choke point of view, but look at Mercules and Abe just spraying through 2v2. But you still don't have that bomb down, and now even worse, it's right next to the bomb. We're down to a 1v1.
A 1v1 situation. Nate and Ryan duking it out. Nate has a nasty little head glitch looking through. As looks like Ryan's going to try and rotate through mid. Might be able to catch him on the flank. They decide to rotate, and they take the wrong way. Unfortunately, Nate just staring through this little crack in these storage bins. But now turning back around, Nate's got to be careful. Hanging out. Ryan just hanging out by the DJ booth, trying to drop bodies and dropping beats. As we continue here.
Patience is beautiful. Oh, pre-fire!
Wow!
Oh my! Game sense 101 right there. Not hacking. Don't get those accusations out. That's game sense. That is commonly where people hide, and Nate felt it. Nate knew to run.
That was a really beautiful job right there from Omit, able to lock in and clutch that 1v1. A really solid job from Ryan, getting that pre-fire and making Hyde pop up like a whack-a-mole at Chuck E. Cheese and just taking him down. Remorse Gaming now, once again in the search and destroy, finding themselves with, sort of stepping back with, they're on their heels, and now Omit just needs to keep adding the pressure for them to tilt over. We'll see if they can do it here as Derek the Goat and company begin their rotation to Bravo.
Well, we're going north. We're going towards the pool side, and nonetheless, This has worked once before to get the bomb down, so you might as well go for it again, because it's relatively free sight, unless Ryan jumps in and gets one straight to the head, says thank you very much. Bomb down in a very awkward position, but he doesn't realize where Hyde is. Quite advanced forward, and all it takes is one movement from Hyde. He's gonna find one. Is he gonna find the second? No, he looks at Iki. Look into the water, it would have been better. But nonetheless, did not work.
I really hope it was Ryan who got the kill from the water, but it was Mercules instead, just to get a little vengeance in the pool. Renetti in hand, Hyde goes down either way. Beautiful job, Mercules, as again, we start to see Omit go to work. A solid job from Omit as they continue to rack up W's in the search and destroy.
They're going to have that little bit of lead, a little buffer. They can stay a little bit calm. I'm sure now Ryan's recovered from the drowning situation and the water's out of his body. But he's doing well, keeping it all even 2-2. So he's recovered and made sure that he is a valuable asset. The Hyde, that's one good peek. Quick nade to deny anyone pushing. And no, he's going to go for the re-peek as well. So I don't think they will see another repeat. They think he's gone. Has he spotted Mercules? Yes, he has, but he doesn't get the kill.
It's booted out of the map, 3-3. Mercules just ever present, ever dangerous on a 3 streak, sitting at 5-2, really slaying out this game. As now silence begins to fall over the map and shots popping off right as I go to say that. As no kills going down yet, but you see number 4 Mercules going to run into at least 2 players in that mid area. Rotating back. Got to be careful in these cutouts. Beautiful shots from Mercules. What a peek. Lurks is able to get the trade, and it's a big one to take down Merc, but now 2v2. Bomb going down. Derek the Goat and company trying to get this flank off. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and immediately going down to the curve, positioning yourself there, and just playing for sightlines, and it's a great position to be. No. They're looking to go back to you, and this will line up perfectly for themselves. The buddy system in place. If one falls, another can quickly get back on. Derek the Goat's been spotted, but they don't know about the player who's gone down underneath. No, he's jumped back up. Derek the Goat's going to find one. Play your time right. Diffuse going in. It's under their nose. You have to peek now. You have to go for it, Sparks. It's going to go away. Tootsie's out. It's not enough. It's a win for the Remorse side. Bomb was just diffused.
And that's incredible timing, if I do say so myself. Remorse Gaming able to just barely sneak away with it. They may lose their KD a bit, but luckily they're able to get it done either way and keep this one close. Do not want to find themselves in a 4-1 deficit anytime soon.
No, you do not want to be in a 4-1 deficit, because that just adds even more pressure to the situation. You feel like you're choking on the scoreboard. But we've seen crazier things. Thankfully, it hasn't got there. We've got 3-2, and hope starts to come back for Remorse Gaming. Though Abe finding the first says thank you very much. And now Remorse having to reposition.
Yeah, nice opening kill from Abe there to already tilted in Omit's favor. You know, it may not be that big of a deal in a 4v3, but it's just a mentality thing, at least for Omit. They get the opening kill. A majority of the time, you get that first blood. You get the round win. But nothing's a guarantee in this game now. Evened up at a 3v3. Bomb planted down on Bravo. You see Mercules trying to go to work, but Nate takes them down. Lining up back-to-back. It's Trade City, and now a 1v1 between Hyde and Abe.
Hyde went really aggressive, was able to allow this bomb to go down, but now you can see he's rotated back to his side of the spawn. This is going to allow Abe to be checking every corner, because he just can't find where Hyde is hiding. And you can see the uncertainty. It's 7.5 to defuse, so if you're Abe, you've got to commit at some point. You've got to be confident. He just does have no confidence. Hyde's just standing still. He doesn't need to move. He doesn't need to peek. Now he peeks. He's done the job, because it was under 7 seconds. A brilliant round to tie it up.
A really, really incredible job from Hyde here. Peeking, bobbing, and weaving. The re-peek jump out. Abe almost gets him down, but that Rival 9 in the close quarters combat almost every time is going to take down the MCW, especially when you get those first hits off.
Well, all tied up as we go into round 7. And you can only imagine the pressure both sides are feeling. The map's tied. The series is tied. And you still have to find the lead. Remorse making a brilliant comeback, and they are looking and read it fairly well, positioning themselves all down south.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a really solid job on that rotation alpha, and I appreciate Ryan at least protecting the flank. You're not leaving yourself exposed. You see Remorse Gaming split up a bit in the mid, trying to protect their flank as well, as Derek the Goat and company trade shots on the objective. So we see Sparks trying to push in towards Alpha, get this bomb down. Less than a minute left. Abe gets that opening kill, and now the push in, the confidence starting to be there for Omit in a 2v4 now. Can Derek and Nate find a way to even things back up? Abe just with an ultimate pre-fire, but could not find nothing. And here we go, now all up to Derek. And nothing there, unfortunately.
Nah, nothing at all. It just felt confident on that Omit side. Good initial push, going down to that stage, finding the two that were sitting in curve, and then forcing Derek to make that rotation from piano and go through to you. And then that left some awkward moments because now you have two that's in the mid, taking that mid control, two by stage. It all lined up exactly how they wanted it. Masterclass of a round.
Yeah, a really beautiful job. Omit able to retake the lead. Remorse Gaming needs to bounce back here and prevent the match point. You could get that 5-3 curse going in your favor, but I wouldn't leave things up to Superstition as we get round 8 underway. Hyde with the opening kill, protecting on that head glitch. Ryan shooting at the pool out of pure frustration and anger, trying to find something. Now 4-3 as they slowly begin to push in towards Bravo, and Hyde still hanging out on the stairwell and takes down Ryan. A 4v2 and a big round for Remorse here. They need to put it away.
Yeah, and a quick rotation as well. This is beautiful. So they're capitalizing on the presence of being north and then quickly under speed going down south. And now Hyde getting the kill on Abe is going to keep Sparks up north even more. But he's read it as well. He's read that, hang on a minute, it seems way too quiet for this amount of presence. Sparks can't get the kill. Job well done for Remorse. And again, a return. Excellent perfected round.
Yeah, you don't lose a player. You keep you take the momentum back, and you set the tone for the next round. A 4-4 now. It really will come down to the wire for this series, I think, and it definitely is coming down to the wire for this Search and Destroy. Remorse Gaming tries to put this one away. Hyde on the 4 streak. Might be able to pick up a late game cruise missile, which could be the difference maker here, Hyper.
Ooh, a cruise missile could make and break the game. You can't give Hyde that opportunity, so keep an eye on number 7 and the kill feed and what he's going to do. But actually right now, Hyde's not getting involved. He knows his position. I think he understands that scenario of having those kill streaks prepped and ready. So I'm not surprised that he's sitting a little further back. Bomb's going to go down with no death. So it's going to be a 4v4 retake. And I tell you what, Rich, this is going to be a mess of a retake.
Yeah, absolutely. We need Hyde to keep performing like they are. Acing all over the place. And as Abe grabs the first blood in the latter half of this round 9. Nate grabbing one quick trades. Derek trying to get the finish and does now a 2v2. Sparks and Mercules. Mercules is your heavy hitter here thus far, and you need to keep them up. A sort of diagonal split protection defensive stance for Omit. Derek the Goat with some insane movement, and there it is. Hyde puts it away, gets the 5 streak, and needs one more for the cruise.
I think they got it in time. I'm actually questioning the time, and the clock is going down to the wire. 0.7.
Ooh.
It's not close. It's still under that you need to change your underwear level. But that was to the wire, but good read from Hyde, spotting the legs, able to take out Mercules, but Mercules was prepped ready for the defuse to go in, and you know once that timer had hit 7, he would have jumped out and gone for the engagement if they had committed to the bomb and not progressed too far forward.
Absolutely. Remorse Gaming now able to bounce back in a big way from a 3-1 deficit, if my memory serves me right, and now trying to put this one away and prevent the round 11, the ultimate nail biter, as looks to be a bit of a fake out towards Alpha. Bomb carrier Derek hanging out on the left flank, and both of these teams just waiting for the first one to make a mistake. Take advantage of their weaknesses. Exploit them to the best of their ability to get that first pick. Derek trying to find said pick on Alpha, just jumping across this window, getting as little information as he can in a split second so he doesn't get taken out. Thankfully, there's no snipers in here because I have a feeling he'd be taken out already as the push comes in. Now, Mercury's trying to find a play.
Quickly in, and that's bombed down as
Beautiful.
well. I was gonna compliment why Remorse was taking it slow, but I tell you what, it went too slow, and they allowed the bomb to be by itself. So this is horrible for Remorse. 4v1, and Omit played it patient. They got the information that they saw. They've rotated to the wrong side, but that's fine. They have the players, they have the numbers, they can rotate back down, and it's down to Nate, and Nate's gonna get caught out. He knows he's done for. He knows we're going to round 11.
Of course we are. All the way to the distance. Remorse, they got, frankly, embarrassed on the first search and destroy, and they made it a fight here, and it's coming down to the wire. Round 11, clock is about to strike midnight. I feel like Cinderella without her glass slippers. It's not looking too pretty for either team. It's been a slugfest, a slobber knocker, a grudge match, whatever you want to call it. But it's winner take all in this search and destroy round to take a 3-2 series lead. And I remind everyone to get to series point. Here we go, Hyper. Here we go.
If this was a best of 5, would have been the most
wide open. Look at this.
ending.
Alpha's wide open.
Exactly.
Bamboozled. Omit is absolutely in the wrong place at the wrong time. They thought it was a B push, and now it's a quick plant. Hyde with the opening kill. Make it a twofer. Hyde popping off. Give it to him, Hyde. Chase him down. They can't hide from Hyde for long, and it's Lurks to take it. Can the three-piece be completed? And devastation for Omit.
Down to Sparks. Sparks is the one left alive. He just needs these 1v1s. Those were good engagements. He brings it back, but it's not enough.
Come on, baby.
Remorse brings it to series and championship point for the maps.
If the first couple of games we saw Dr. Jekyll, this was Mr. Hyde's match through and through. Lurks with the jump-in shot right to the dome piece for the finish. But my goodness, this was Hyde's game all the way. 2,500 damage, 9 non-traded kills, just leading the stat board. And just an incredible job from Remorse to put this one away. They got, Omit went, I mean, it could have been completely different had they just met up on the same objective, but it was a complete reverse. Omit got left empty-handed on Bravo, realized their mistake too late, began rotating as soon as the bomb went down, but the second Hyde got that two-piece, it was all over.
All over, and even all over on the scoreboard as well. 13-7 for Hyde, but I tell you what, Mercury's 10-7 to back his team up for Omit. This is big ass numbers that they're pulling out, and it was a grudge match to the bittersweet end. And I tell you what, if this is the fight we're going in with the search and destroy on 6-star, we're going on a ridiculously hard map that could teeter either way. It's invasion control. Invasion control, baby.
One of my least favorite map mode combos, if I'm being honest, that bus station point is so annoying to try and take on attack. I've seen in some matches where it's been more attack favorited, not necessarily a defense heavy mode, or a defense heavy map, but for a majority of controls, your defense is going to be, you want to be on defense 9 times out of 10, especially for this map, because it's so easy to protect that bus station point. The attacking side has to rotate pretty much all the way from Palace, cross the entire map. A lot of open ground, especially on the highway and through mid. Your best bet, and what we're probably going to see here, is teams trying to rotate through that Bravo Point alleyway, because it's the only spot that really provides enough cover to make any forward progress.
Exactly. You kind of took the words out my mouth, except I'm going to say this is my favorite. This is a weird one. I love it. I love the technicality that comes out of this map. Admittedly, not to play. Yeah, I'm with you. Don't play it. It's like the worst one to do. But the technicality of how you win it is so important. The way you have to stand for defense, it's got to be this line formation that stops that rotation. But you've got to be mindful. As you said, you go through the alley of the north, and then you start wrapping around. And you then, from wrapping around, if you kill anyone along the way, their spawns go from the south side to the north side, and that rush to get to that bus stop seems like a marathon to take. It is so technical. It is the ultimate game of chess, and I love it. I love my brain working hard on this.
Fair enough. We will see who is Lord Commander of the alley in the north as we get this matchup started. As it looks like Remorse pushing heavy towards Bravo. And a split push for Omit on defense, and a beautiful opening nade kills for Mercules and Abe. No TKs thus far for them, thankfully. As we get round one underway, Lurk's able to pick up one and protect the objective. Omit has done a good job of rotating through mid. We'll see if they can get a good flank on this Remorse squad.
Yeah, if I'm Abe, I'm wiping my brow. That was a beautiful start to get things going. Of course, Mercules on the back to help him as well. But this is a good start if you're Omit Brooklyn. And look at their position, because Ryan has put himself into that spawn trap position, and that's a danger zone. Normal spawn trap position situations at bridge, but if you are far forward and putting yourself in info or putting yourself nearby dumpster, you could start picking people off early. So I thought that was about to unfold. Thankfully, Remorse was able to break it, able to reposition themselves, but this is still not easy. This is still ridiculously hard to get through.
Oh, 100%. Omit Brooklyn has done a good job so far on the defense side of things, have not allowed a single ounce of progress to be made on either objective, and even so, it's been clear. They finally get onto Bravo. Lurk's trying to stay alive. Bobbin and Weavin finally gets that kill on Mercules as they stack up on Bravo. Hyde goes down over on the A side. Here comes Abe, and a massive three-piece for Abe to clear Bravo. Might have just put this round one away for Omit.
Wow, that's the start that Omit needs. That's the statement they need to make. One tick on the board, and we've got to have someone counting these ticks as well, because that could be the make and break of the game. But Omit, well, that's the way to start it.
Yeah, a really incredible job. Huge shout out to Abe for a massive three-piece at the end there on the flank. Just absolutely annihilated this squad. And Mercules will get the final kill. Hyde trying to make a last-ditch effort towards that Alpha side. But again, what I was saying beforehand, a lot of open space, minimal cover, and he got caught out. Granted, it was a last-ditch effort, last-ditch moment. You're not going to be really bouncing from cover to cover. But even still, on Alpha, you don't have a lot of cover to work with, period.
There's no cover to back you. That's why we see those players going through the S&D site. You go through laundry or the couches. You go through those channels, and you've got to have the cover to back you off the get-go. Omit Brooklyn gets the first blood, gets the second as well, gets the third, and this is looking good, and they can start making progression, and look at how far they're pushing. They're going A. They're wanting to play the risk, and they're wanting to split, and it's looking good. Finally, Abe on point, and this will divide the forces and most likely draw them down south. They know how dangerous bus stop is. First progression's done on B. Now they start to keep going. Mercules on that 5 streak gets taken away. But unfortunately, no more progression on A.
Yeah, beautiful job from Omit on the attack. They at least get Bravo captured, it looks like here. You see Derek the Goat trying to contest, at least for a moment, but goes down, just throwing their life away. And Omit, able to take Bravo with only losing 3 lives, is huge. But here's where comes in the annoyance of this map, this Alpha objective. A long way to rotate. You see how far Remorse is pushed up to try and get them. But somehow able to snake their way through. Ryan and Mercules might be able to find a way into Alpha. They are deep in enemy lines, and they got to be picked up quickly, or they're going to cause a whole lot of problems for this Remorse squad.
And Hyde does exactly the job. Picked up well, picked up done and dusted, but they need to make sure they get a strong position. You can see they're having to park the bus. Literally put them positions all around the A site because they have no map control. And this is where, if you're Omit Brooklyn, you've got to work fast. You've got to keep that pressure going. Got to be able to create that opening, which is exactly what they've done. Omit found the opening. Now they can start putting people on point. 2 starts to go. And now you've got to lock down. Have your scouts, your players around the outside to clear them out instead of just Ryan left alone. He will get the first progression done. And that's a little bit of breathing room, an opportunity to make things easier.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find their pathing, find their way as they are able to stop the bleeding for at least just a moment. They're still down by 4 in lives, but again, a lot of time lost and a lot of progress needs to be made up by Omit here. As luckily Ryan and Sparks get a big 2-piece and give themselves a lot of breathing room. Make it a 3. Sparks is giving the electricity to this team that they need, and Hyde left all alone on objective. Hyde does not get the stick, but is able to stay alive at least for a moment, and now Omit in a very precarious situation trying to get some kills as they rotate through, and they're gonna get him. Derek the Goat still causing some problems, but Abe and Mercules able to find a way onto point, or at least Mercules is, excuse me.
Just one more tick will just help them out massively. Mercury's getting 1. Now it's down to 3 lives remaining if you're Remorse. And it's down to 12 with Omit. There's a massive chance for them to get an attacking win. And they need to capitalize. Derek the Goat able to hold them off for a little bit longer. 26 seconds. That's a lot of time to play with. And a lot of time to stay alive. 2v10.
Wow.
It's on to point. Somehow they're able to keep this going. 2v9 now. 13 seconds. It's a game of time. If you're Omit Brooklyn, you have to pounce and you have to go fast. Derek the Goat left alive. He has to do something. They jump on point. Time is frozen. It's going to be a matter of point. But Derek knows he has to push. He has to compromise himself. He jumps through them all, but it isn't enough. Omit Brooklyn gets the second round.
A valiant effort from the Goat, charging in head first, horns bearing down, and just went into the Hornet's Nest, got torn to shreds, meleeed right in the no-no square post-mortem, unfortunately. But either way, match point for Omit as they look to tie the series at 3 apiece and take it to a round 7. Search and destroy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it will be. Always ends on a search and destroy. Whether we do a best of 7, best of 9, best of 5, best of 3, we always end with search and destroy.
And some tells me we're gonna go there, but it ain't over until it's over, folks. So Remorse has a chance until the last bullet is fired, until the last body drops, and until the last point has been made. You get what I'm trying to get at. Remorse Gaming still has a chance as they try to find a way on the attack side of things once again, trying to break through this just stalwart Omit Brooklyn defense.
I love the start was just all Renetti's, just pistols coming out from all sides. They play the CQB style game of a lot of them running the MCW and not the Rival 9. Well, Hyde's running the Rival 9. The majority is pistols, but look at this. Good control over A. First tick will get done. And for Remorse, that's good for them. They now have a safety net over that side that if they can get this B side completed, just 2 ticks left to go instead of the horrible 3.
Yeah, we do not want to see the 3-0. You at least put a number on the board. You got 3-0'd yourselves, so now you're trying to strike back in a big way. I don't know if we'll see any clutch 1v1s, but it would be exciting to see again. Either way, 20 seconds left on the clock. Remorse Gaming struggling to break through to the objective, but look at this. Number 3, Hyde, able to sneak through onto Alpha, and Nate able to get there as well. Sparks is the only one close with Abe quickly behind him. Sparks gets 1. Sparks trying to grab another with Abe coming into pincer movement, but Sparks is distracted by the Goat, and Abe able to finish in a big play from Omit. Abe absolutely frying over on the Alpha side, but a bit of a distraction. Gets to Bravo. Swipping and swapping these points left, right, and center, flipping them like burgers as Ryan gets on Hill. It's an absolute bloodbath on Bravo. Here we go, folks.
It's going to be the biggest moment that they need to pull off. 11 seconds left on the clock. 11.4, it's freeze stat. 14 to 11 in favor of Omit. and they need to stack here. They need to stack and comfortably take B, but the risk is one good nade will take you all out. But look at Abe. He's also going to have to look south because Nate's on the point as well. They're trying to get B done. They're trying to get them both done. B is close to being finished, but Derek the Ghost get taken out. That's the worst time to lose it. It's the worst opportunity, and Omit has taken away that opportunity, that singular round, and it feels like a choke for Remorse.
And we now move to round 7. Search and destroy to decide the winner of these grand finals. Ryan will get this final kill. Lurks popping up just to get dropped back down. And an unfortunate circumstance for Remorse, who's just had some incredible moments, but has had their pitfalls as well. We go to search and destroy. Each team has an SND under their belt, but Omit has the much more dominant win. So we'll see if luck is on the side of the Remorse or they get outskilled by Omit once again.
I think we should reveal where we're finishing off. And that final place is Rio. Search and destroy. It is a beautiful map. A map where you fight for the south, you fight for the mid, and then north is kind of like no man's land. But nonetheless, let's quickly recap on this previous round, and you can see 20 and 11 coming in from Mercules, really standing out. But to be honest, that team again just being consistent. Omit looking good.
Both teams are looking incredible. It's the reason they're in the grand finals right now, Hyper. It's the reason they got here. It's the reason they fought so hard. It's why they are fighting for everything in this search and destroy. We've seen incredible moments. The 1v1 clutch in the control to keep things interesting and keep hope alive for Remorse for the sweep in control. We've seen absolute thrashings in the hard points from both sides, especially from Omit in that Rio, and then a search and destroy masterclass going the distance to around 11 with Hyde. Just turning into Mr. Hyde, all jacked up on some weird 1800 steroids type shiz, just getting stuff done. And now we go to the ultimate finish, the ultimate version of Search and Destroy, our round 7, to determine the winner. In a grand finals, it does not get more intense than this, and if it goes to a round 11, I think I might just bleep a brick, if you catch my drift, chat.
I catch it.
Okay, good. You're picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, I get it. You lay in the foundation and then brick up.
Quite literally.
We get it. Yeah. We've got to hold fire quickly as we do have to do a quick lobby reset, but nonetheless, let's just recap. Let's go all the way to the start. If we can remember all the way, because that started off to being the way of Omit. Now I'm really questioning myself. I shouldn't have started this.
Omit won the first one, 250 to 154, if my notes serve me right, in a dominant thrashing on Karachi. Derek the GOAT performing phenomenally. It was then Search and Destroy, where we saw a 6-1 finish for Omit, just absolutely proving us wrong on the high rise. It was then that intense control, but a 3-0 sweep for Remorse, where we saw that incredible 1v1 between Derek the GOAT and Mercules, two of the heavy hitters on that squad in that round 2 on the propane. It was a little ring around the rosy. It was intense. It was sweaty, and we loved every minute of it. We then bounced back to the hard point on Rio, where, if my memory serves me right, it was Omit to take that hard point. We then go to the Search and Destroy that went the distance, 6-5. in favor of Remorse. And then we just saw that beautiful control, a 3-0 sweep in the reverse for Omit, and now we are all tied up in a pretty little bow for that round 7 Search and Destroy. And now
this pendulum, the pendulum just
it
keeps
keeps
going
swinging.
back and forth.
But now the clock will finally strike midnight. The final bell will toll as we get things underway here, folks, on Rio. And I am on the edge of my seat, quite literally, as Ryan grabs the opening kill of this final match.
Well, if the definition of off the races is fine, gentlemen, go, it means every second of it. Derek the GOAT finally getting the trade a bit after the first was done, 3v3. And this is a tight, small map. Not many angles, not many places you can go. So this really is a demonstration of who has the better mechanical skills. Lester Ryan, who found a little opening and pushes his way into the back and drawing all the reinforcements away. 7 and 8 going for it. Hyde's going for the hunt. Can he find the kill? Because what he doesn't realize is also Mercules is going to join this little battle.
Oh, a bamboozle from Hyde. Ooh, almost getting it, but unfortunately going down on the souvenir stand as it's going to be Omit to grab the opening round, and not a real shock there as they have been quite dominant in the search and destroy. They kept it close, and I think it came down to a bit of luck as well as a whole lot of skill for the search and destroy they lost. But I got to give the edge, I think, a bit to Omit here, but I still have confidence in my Remorse guys. Derek the GOAT has been the anchor of this squad, and they call him the GOAT for a reason, and I'm hoping they can bounce back and keep this one interesting. They came back from a 3-1 deficit before, so I ain't too worried just yet.
Well, I'm not all too worried as well. It could go either way as the bomb will go down south. First time in this game, it'll go towards A. And this usually is a 50-50 site. Not a lot of people like to go here because it could go either way. Sparks get the first, and then also Mercules gets the second. This looks to be all Omit's control, and Hyde left alone. Will able to find one, takes away the perfection, and now left alone, he gets taken out. And there's a fuse just waiting to happen.
Yeah, Remorse really needs to slow this game down. They cannot allow Omit to just overwhelm them like that. When you see just kill after kill line up and stack up, I'm not saying you need to be stacked up to win a round, but you got to spread out a bit. Give yourselves some breathing room, but also just you can't allow that momentum to just snowball like that for Omit, because now they're up 2-0. They nearly got a flawless win there. You got a couple of players on streaks, and Remorse Gaming needs a defiant win here to, 1, shut down Omit's streaks, and 2, just keep themselves in this matchup, because after that one, I'm now starting to sweat a little for Remorse.
The sweat is definitely not just going for you, Rich. Going for every single player here, because the pressure is 10 times more than what it was before, but already a bit of a slower start for Omit. They have the confidence, they know they've won those first 2 rounds, but it's not to get too cocky. Slow it down, understand the table, understand where everyone is, and already this is going to be a 4v4 retake, but look at Ryan up north. Ryan is in a great position to capitalize on the rotation, to be the last man to just push in and get some free kills. I do hope he's alive. Yes, he is alive.
Yeah, it is a little worrisome when you just leave your teammates alone. Hyde and Derek win out the gunfight, but you drop a player. Now 2v2. You still have to worry about Ryan way in the back going for this flank. Abe in the mid. Ryan is banking on this massive flank, and it could pay off here. Shots coming in. Derek the GOAT going for the defuse. They do not realize Ryan running across the entirety of the map with the 2-piece, and it pays off big time. What dividends. My goodness, what an investment from Ryan right there. Was not with his team, but came in clutch, sliding in for not the 1, but the 2-piece right to the Piggly Wigglies, and sadly, those piggies will not make it to market, Hyper.
I tell you what, if the strat book, when you compare it to other maps, Rio has the smallest variations that you can pull on the strat book. But I tell you what, we've just been adding an extra page, the delay play. The waiting up north, waiting for everybody to attack. Yes, it's risky. You are trusting your team to be able to defend that site, and then you sweep in at the last second to take it home, to take it all. And I tell you what, it's still not slowing down for Omit. 3 taken away. It's down to Nate. And what is happening? The choke continues. The choke is continuing to go forward. 4-0 on the scoreboard.
Someone call Mrs. Doubtfire in for the save. I need to hear her saying she's on the way, dearie. And unfortunately, Remorse is just struggling in this search and destroy. We saw them get absolutely knocked out in the first search and destroy 6-1, and Omit might have just given them that as a courtesy round. Omit Brooklyn trying to get the 6-0 sweep. Remorse fought tooth and nail to get here from the lower bracket just to take it to a round 7. You do not want to lose out here. Neither team does, but it ain't looking too good for Remorse.
Remorse need to pull something out the bag. They need to come with a fairy tale. Nate gets the first, finally. The curse of the first blood is broken, but it's a 3v3, so all tied up. Hyde's got information, jumps out, can't get the kill. Ryan flicks on him, brought back down to a 2v2. Lurk's got one more. No,
The goat!
it's done. How is this happening? 5-0 game, set, and series point, and championship point, all lined up. 1 round away, you have to pull the biggest reverse sweep of your life to bring this to round 11.
I really thought Derek the GOAT had that one. That was as close as it could get. Merc was weakened already. Just got the shots off a little quicker. Had a bit more damage on him. I honestly, if I could see the exact health of both players at the same time, it has got to be a close one as we get this round 6 underway. Omit Brooklyn is 1 round away from putting this one away, as Remorse going to be able to get the plant relatively quickly, so they should be able to set up quite well defensively, and they get the first blood. That is huge. And a 2. Here we go.
Great start. This is how they want to unfold it. Nate isn't able to get the second for himself. 3v2, still good numbers, still have the man advantage. You just can't break away. You can't make those mistakes. And Lurks is able to get another. Now they can start to congregate onto Sparks. Find where he is. They find where he is, but you can't throw too many. Now you calm down. 10 seconds left. Bring it down to 7 and run away. That's it done. Remorse is around on the board.
But again, we saw in the first S&D, they only got 1. They're going to need to win out. And that is going to be a very, very tough challenge against this Omit squad. You have 0 breathing room. The pressure is on, but pressure, folks, creates diamonds. And hopefully we can see Remorse shine here as we get ready for this search and destroy to continue. It ain't over yet. Remorse Gaming trying to claw their way back to sneak out of the jaws of defeat before Omit snaps them up.
Remorse,
here we go, Hyper. Here we go.
You have to remember, this squad, a few changes in the roster, but the majority of this squad lost to Omit 3, 4, 5 times in the past 5 times they have faced each other. You have to break the streak. Bond's gone down. 3v4. Remorse has the man advantage, but look at where Nate is. He's got to the rear. He's got to the rear end, and I don't think he's been spotted by Abe, and he might be able to get a free pick.
Beautiful.
That's a job done in 2v4, and the fairy tale keeps on going. There is life, and they bring it to 5-2, but it's not done. We still have a long pathway.
Oh, I'm getting nervous. A flawless round from Remorse. We see them using Omit's tactics against them. Nate sneaking around the back, grabbing a big 2-piece that round. It's Lurk sliding through and busting through the door like the Kool-Aid man and just annihilating that. Just an incredible job from Remorse here. And we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. It ain't over until it's over, folks. Remorse has the momentum. They can keep it up. They have a chance here. They got us all sweating a little bit, but the intensity is there for them.
Quiet before the storm. Who's getting that first blood? Who's getting that man advantage? Free sight to go on B. They're going to quickly put that down. Now they apply the pressure, but immediately you can see there's a very long rotation that's coming in. But both sides have played that strategy. They know someone could come. Mercules gets the first pick, and he got it from the back, but immediately gets tagged up. He knows someone's there. Derek the Goat's going to get the trade, but Derek the Goat gets caught out. 1v2. Remorse is still alive. Bomb is down. They just need to defend it. Not allow Abe to get his little tootsies on that bomb. 22 seconds. 22 seconds, and you brought yourself to a 5-3. And they've done it to a 5-3.
That is what I am talking about, Remorse. A 5-3 is exactly what you want to see. Hyde here, holding on the Eskies. Abe rushing towards Lurks. And a beautiful 1-2 wombo combo right there. Lurks with the distraction. Hyde with the knockout punch. As still match point for Omit. But the momentum is changing. It's gaining, snowballing down the mountain. Remorse trying to hold on, hide on the 3, lurks on the 2, and here we go. Round 9. Sparks the bomb carry on the attack, rushing towards Bravo, and a big sweep towards A. And it's exactly what we saw in that final round of the last Search and Destroy we watched. Zones are flipped, and it's going to be a free plant for Omit. Pressure's going to be on Remorse.
Nate's also holding back the rest of the squad, going from behind, so this could be great. But Spark's able to spot one, but it gets traded out immediately. Now the attention gets focused on all the other directions. They know some players can come from the left, but the majority are coming from the right. 3v3, it's all tied. 27 seconds left on the clock. It gets tied up again. 2v2, it's advantage Remorse once again. They can go for the defuse and cover, but you've got to face the right way. You've got to know where Mercules is coming from. It's coming from behind. It's done. It's over. Omit takes it home. They take the championship.
Absolute devastation. You cannot stack up like that. Nate and Lurks make a critical error in the closing moments, and Mercules just takes a rival 9 to the back of their skulls and puts them out of their misery. Omit will reign all over this Remorse parade as they are your champions here in Season 4 of the Zoned Out Gaming League, folks. In a solid GG's to both squads. It came down to the absolute ultimate wire. We thought the reverse sweep was coming, but Mercules said, nah, this is my domain. And I own Remorse in this moment.
Wow.
Incredible job from Omit. A bit of a luck finish to have both players stacked up on bomb that close. And unfortunately, Remorse fumbles it just a little bit. You cannot stack up like that. Both facing the same direction. Just unfortunate right there. As again, we see why Mercules and company won. Just the KD differential. They were getting closer to breaking even, but my goodness, what an incredible grand finals.
Yeah.
And just a beautiful job. We are getting tricky in here. We're getting tricky in here, Hype. That's going to be fun
we
talking
get him
to him.
back. It's going to be amazing, but I just want to point out that the way that Omit just kept on going, there was many times that Omit I genuinely thought were not going to be taking this home, and my prediction was thrown out the park. And as once we got down to those the 3-0 on that control, when we saw the 5-0 on that search and destroy, then I saw that sigh of relief. Then I saw that this Omit team had come alive, but I want to point out the final play. I know you've said it wasn't right, but in my eyes, it was right thing to do. Defuse and cover is the exact play you do.
100%.
But unfortunately, that site is not the right site to do it on because you did not know and had no idea of where the other person was. If you have a bit more cover, for instance, with 6-star, you have the statue as behind you. You can have that cover to protect you and you can look down into curve and be fine. But because this isn't a site where you have something that's on your back, you've got plays coming from left and right, so it wasn't the right idea. If you'd positioned yourself maybe on the opposite side of the wall,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to go into.
Then
It's like
you
I
could
wholeheartedly
place
agree. You cover and defuse, but you don't stack up. Like you go to the turned over soda machine. You spread out. You give yourself some breathing room, but also your teammate, because if you don't, then you get something just like that, and you see exactly what happens. And Mercules got the final laugh, the last laugh, the clutch moment, took him down in a 1v2 and a huge finish for Omit and a solid GG's. I hear now we are joined by Tricky, one of the most wonderful people you could ever meet in the amateur Call of Duty scene. Tricky, how you feeling after that grand finals of the Season 4?
Oh my gosh, dude! My hands are sweaty just watching that.
Knees
just
weak, arms are heavy,
drove me.
kind of vibe.
Yes, man. Oh man, I really thought this was gonna be like the reverse sweep of epic proportions,
Yeah.
but Omit Definitely, just closing it down, man. They've been holding down the championship, and hey, it was good. It's good to see Remorse get to the finals, man. That was their first time. That was the first appearance in the ZGL. So shout out to them, man. But Omit handling business as usual.
Yeah, Omit is a very dangerous squad. I just want to say a huge thank you to you for inviting me to cast this grand finals and the cast for this weekend. It's always a pleasure working with the ZGL. And huge thank you to my co-caster, the Hyperactive, our first time casting together. And I'd like to say we did a pretty darn good job, if I do say so myself, Hyper.
Oh yeah, definitely a pleasure working with you. Your name radiates across the scene, and maybe that's still that little boy that's trying to make that statement within the sport. But I tell you what, when you partner up with a guy like
not
this,
a little
he's got
boy in any
character.
situation.
Exactly.
No, just no. I'm gonna shut that down. You grown ass man. No. Pardon my French. No.
Right. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, man. Hey, let me do a quick plug here for everybody that's watching, man. Shout out to first. Let me give a nice respectful shout out to Big Rich and Hyper for showing up here tonight and putting on a hell of a show. This is what we're talking about. So I want to thank you guys for help extending this game and help extending this season. For everybody else out there that's watching, man, Black Ops 6 is coming. We're gonna release registration this week. If you are following us, you know that our website is down right now. It's in maintenance mode. I'm going to release it. We've got a new site. The new league is moving to the site, so you guys should tune in for more updates. It's about to get real. So once again, thank you all for tuning in to Zoned Out Gaming. I'm going to turn it back over to the casters. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you too. Absolutely love what
thank you,
you
Tricky.
made. And honestly, it's a pleasure to be always working with you. So I look forward to be back for season number 5 in that Black Ops 6 season. And I feel that's a perfect segue to talk about the Black Ops 6 and what we should be expecting. Because if this is the level of gameplay we're having from Remorse and from Omit, who's to say who's the next challenger to come up, especially with this Omni movement?
Imagine that same situation comes to a game 7 and you have a chance to grab a body shield and get the kill at the finish. How disrespectful that would be for Mercules. I am expecting some intense and crazy plays for this Omni movement system, the body shields, if they allow it in comp, which I hope they do, just for the memes, for the clips, for all of it. Because imagine you go and do a challenger, you're watching challengers, you're watching grands, you're watching a major, and you see someone grab a body shield and start praying, and it's gonna be insane. I'm hoping that they allow the players to have a little bit of fun. We bring back maybe snipers. I don't know.
Please,
I'm not the one who decides those things.
Please, snipers.
Either way, I'm very much excited to begin casting for Black Ops 6. I played the beta a boatload when I had the chance to, and I am excited to see some awesome clutch plays, people diving and spinning through the air, getting crazy trick shots, and I'm very, very excited to cast for the ZGL once again, once Black Ops 6 dropped. I just want to say before we sign off, a huge thank you again to the Hyperactive for being in the booth with me for these grand finals. My name is Big Rich X. Hyper, do you have anything else to add before we sign off?
A big shout out to Devonte or
Devonte, producer. Yes, Devonte, thank you.
Producer.
Production top notch.
Absolutely, he's been on the back of most of these, most of the playoffs. He's been there, and we've got to give our producers all the best love. And thank you all of you for watching.
Yes.
We brought this to 103 viewers for a grand final. Thank you all so much.
Big triple digits.
Big Rich, close it out for us.
An incredible game, an incredible series. Came down to a game 7 search and destroy. The ultimate comeback fell just short, unfortunately, for our Remorse boys and Derek the GOAT. A valiant effort on both sides, an incredible game. A GG's to everyone who participated this season, and a GG's to both of these incredible teams. My name is Big Rich X. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.